You know what it is, baby. It's that time of the week. It's Tuesday. You know how we had to come back. We had to have this morning show. My boy Rock said, hey, man, let me take a break, get some cough syrup in, man. Drink a little bit of that lean, that purple stuff. Get this cough out of here. My boy is sick. But we had to get back in the kitchen for the people, man. You know how we get down, Rock. This time, though, we coming with something different, man. First time, we're going to come with this one. Give people a little bit of advice, a little bit of juice, should I say, add to their roster, a little bit of flavor in their ear, you know what I'm saying, and see what the game is and what they need, the questions they need to ask, and basically the direction they need to go headed to these titles, man, to get these trophies, because that's ultimately what we play fantasy for. But Rock, man, before we get too far into it, I got to introduce you because let the people act like they don't know, man. My boy write these articles. He got the database. He got all the stuff you need. He just need a little bit of that juice, man, to get it out there. And that's why we here tonight. My boy is going to give us the data plan, and we're going to give you the route to success. So without further ado, man, let me introduce the late, the great T-Rock, man. He's in the building. What's good, Playboy? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty damn good, Fizz. I just need a little nappy poo. But you know what I went and got at the grocery store, Fizz? This is what I really need. This is why I've been sick the last 2 weeks. Got myself Canada Dry, ginger ale.
Grandma Special, Playboy. That's what I'm talking about. My boy learning, man. There we go, baby.
Yep, had some soup, had some, like a shitload of crackers, probably a whole sleeve's worth, Fizz, in about 3 of these ginger ales. This will be my 4th one. Also got some tea. But Fizz, I'm excited for this show. This is our first trade advice show, Fizz. This is one of those topics that I talk about with my league mates almost every day. People be calling me. People be texting me. Should I do this?
Don't tell them you on the TV, Rod. Don't tell them you got a show. They going to call you all day like you really are that dude. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm excited to do this. This is a topic I'm very passionate about. We're going to put it in either in the show description or just in the comments, just a link to the articles that I've written on trades. There's a whole bunch of different ways. There's a lot to take in when it comes to trades, Fizz. So we're going to be here hopefully every week from here till the rest of the season, Fizz, getting all those different trade questions for the people. So I'm excited for this show, Fizz.
Well, listen, bro, I'm glad you said that because we are only going to be here if the people appreciate and want us here. You feel me? So we want this stamp that we'll be here. If we get the good feedback and we get the people saying, hey, man, I need some advice, get back in them streets, then we're going to come back, man. But y'all got to show us some love, so we're going to give y'all some love. That's how we're going to treat it. But this is week 1. This is the road to success, baby. You know, we're going to get y'all right, get you where you need to be going. So I know y'all here, man. We're going to get to the chat. But, hey, if you got any of them dynasty trade questions, if you got a redraft question, man, any type of question you need, man, to fix your fantasy team from quarterbacks getting hurt, your running backs stinking up the bed, Doo-Doo Brown not putting it down. I mean, you let us know how you feeling, and we will try to help you out, man, with any questions that you got asked. But if you here to just hear the advice and have a good time, we also welcome you too, man. So, Rock, we do got some people in the building. My boy Jake was pre-gaming, man. He said, what it do? What a day to have a great day. You know how we get down, Jake. I love that vibe, man. Jay Jack said he know the vibes. My boy Jeff is in here. He said, hey, my name is Jeff. Salute to you, Playboy. I know a couple of Jeffs, man. So shout out to you, big dog. Patty Mills, you know, he's in the building, was here. KB, he's back. He was here this morning, man. So shout out to him. My boy Ridge Runner back. He was here this morning. DR was here this morning. So we got some people, man, that return. I guess they got notification or they got the message that said, hey, man, them dudes said they coming back. I'm going to show back up. So we glad to have y'all here. But Rock, man, let us know why we here and why these people are even here noticing that they need help from us. You know what I'm saying?
So not only is it important to consider different things, Fizz, before you make a trade, it is a long season, Fizz. We've already had major injuries.
Feel like a long season already.
Exactly. We've already had some major injuries, Fizz. And the purpose of tonight's show and throughout the season is to help people so they're not staying up all night till 3 a.m. sending trades that aren't going to either happen or are going to be the worst trade possible that they can send. So we are here to give advice. The calm before the trade, so you're not panicking, you're in the playoffs. We want to take these trades and we want to turn them into titles, Fizz. That's the whole purpose of the show. It's for advice. Do not come with us with the completed trades already. We're not here to pat you on the back. We will give you your flowers if that's what you really want, but we're going to direct you to Adam and Mike's show. That's the completed trade show. That's on Saturday. This is before the trade goes down. So we're going to be here to give you advice. I've done a lot of research, guys, on trades. Years worth of research, hundreds of different leagues, almost 1,000 different trades I've looked at over years. So that I'm going to take all that knowledge. I'm going to be able to give it to you guys. But we're going to talk through things. And the main thing we want to give you guys is that sense of calm and empowerment when it comes to your trades. Because this is one of the most important things in Dynasty football. And this is one of the topics that I absolutely love, Fizz. So that's why we're here. And I already see a couple of different questions. So I don't know if you want to start off with that. If you want to start off, how do you want to start this show, Fizz?
Well, I say this, man, just to kick it off. Like I said, this is our first time doing this. If you guys don't know, me and Rock, I probably started maybe 2 or 3 months before he initially started, and we both kind of learning as we going on the job in a sense. So this is literally our first time coming in with a trade advice type of show. So we know we answer questions in the morning. We usually give you the stats, the updates, the review, the recap. But we actually want to see if we can actually give you guys some advice. And then, hey, maybe you come back next week. Send me an inbox. Hey, man, that trade looked out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we here, man, to give you more of what we already give you, but kind of give you the more personal look versus the overall of what's going on in the league. So we will get to the questions, but I will say this. I'm glad I got my boy Rock here. I'm just giving you flowers tonight, Rock. So let me do it, man. All right. Glad I got my boy here. I gave him this opportunity and said, Rock, man, let's do it for the people. At first he said, nah, man. He shot me down. He said, this ain't his flavor. This ain't his style. This not what he like to do. And I reminded him, man, we already kind of sort of do this in a sense. You know, the difference is, I think the better way to put it is we're not making it a trade show. It's a trade advice show. So it's not what you've already done. Some trade you completed 2 weeks ago that you like, hey man, I fleeced this dude. I gotta show everybody. Those are cool too. We'll say those to finish off the show if we ain't got nothing else going on. But we here to say, hey, this is why you should trade this guy, or this is why you should go get this guy. And hopefully that works out. Ultimately, as ChatGPT, they might know more than us. But if your trade don't work out, man, you don't shoot the messenger is all I'm saying. All right. So without further ado, though, Rock, we are here. We will get to the people. But did you have anything specifically you wanted to highlight before we get to an actual question about someone's team?
I guess the first thing I would want to advocate for people, have your own philosophy when it comes to trades. For me, I have a risk-adverse philosophy, Fizz, when it comes to trades. And in order to keep myself accountable, I have what I implemented called a trade schedule. And basically what happens is from the beginning of the offseason all the way through the championship is basically how much I allow myself to trade away. So I'm not trading away firsts or players that are ranked in the top 4 rounds, the top 48 players in Dynasty rankings at the very beginning of the season, Fizz. Those are such valuable assets that if you trade those players away at the beginning of the season and that trade comes back and it's not immediately making your team better, you really shot yourself in the foot. And one of the biggest things that I learned through my research is actually the less that you do, the less opportunity there is to mess up your team, Fizz, because there is just so many ways things can go wrong. So I keep myself calm at the beginning of the offseason. I allow myself a little budget of I'm allowed to send thirds at the beginning, the first few weeks. Then when it gets to week 8, that's when I start sending those seconds, Fizz. Okay. Then when it's week 12, we're starting to look at the playoffs, we're looking good. Then maybe I'll consider starting to send those first. And it's not until if I'm about to be in the championship, Fizz, I'm not sending one of those vaunted, one-of-a-kind players that we draft in the first few rounds of our Dynasty startups.
Yeah.
So there's going to be lots of people out there that are advocating trade for this guy or trade away this guy, and they're so highly valued. Or they want you to trade away their first, Fizz, Guys, don't do that. Don't do that right now. We don't have enough information. We don't know necessarily how things are going to turn out. And we also don't know, most importantly, probably the craziest thing is the amount of injuries. The amount of attrition in football is wild. But you can't deny it, especially when you look over the last few years, and someone's already brought it up in the comments with Joe Burrow going down. We're going to see anywhere from 65 to 75 QBs play this year, Fizz. And that's the most important position.
Games, right?
Isn't that crazy? So bro. It's so important right now. It's not the sexiest thing, but we're not here to be sexy. What we're here to do is make sure you guys win your titles. For sure. So I'm going to give you guys the data. I'm going to advocate for a risk-adverse type of thing, or risk-adverse type of philosophy. And we're going to talk through things. But at the end of the day, Fizz, this is what matters the most. This is our vibe, is that you should do what you believe is best. And you're going to learn through lots of different mistakes. I'm continually learning, Fizz, and I'm continually updating my process. This is a multi-year process that I've honed in. So I'm excited to share it with you guys.
For sure, man. And that off, I will say my biggest thing, live with your decision, man. You know, like me and Rock can tell you whatever you want to do. A lot of people, you can search right online right now for specific players. Go to these trade calculators. Oh, yeah, this calculator said I should make this move. But don't do it for that reason. Do it because this is your team. You're invested in it. Your money was put in it. Your attention, your time, your efforts. And you have to live ultimately with that decision. You got to look yourself in the mirror because people say, you know, it's just fantasy, right, Rock? Do you realize we put more time and thought and effort in our dynasty or fantasy leagues than we do our own personal lives and jobs? And
it's crazy, Fizz. It's crazy.
And the payoff isn't even really worth it because if you think about it, say you in 5 leagues, they're all $50 each, right? You made that at your job in 2 weeks. But you spend 6 months stressing over this. So I'm just saying that to say live off of your decision. Ultimately, we're here to advise you and give you the best advice, but please don't make a move because I told you to make it. Because this is why we have orphan leagues, because people make trades off of what someone else told them, and now the trade didn't work out. Oh man, I quit this league. I'm done. Roll your own dice, baby.
I'm so glad that you said that, because if there is one goal that I really want for people, can you imagine if you had all your trade questions answered in just a 1-hour show once a week? That's all you had to spend on. You didn't have to worry about it every other night or with waivers or any of that kind of stuff. Just spend 1 hour figuring out your trades for the whole week. Hopefully, that is the pinnacle, the ultimate goal and mission that I have for this show, to be able to provide for the people. For sure. So, and one little tidbit, one little piece of advice that I have for people is, man, I just had it on the tip of my tongue, but now I was thinking about how good your point was, Fizz, and I already lost it. It'll come back to me.
I appreciate it, man. Well, without further ado, Rod, let's get to the questions, man, and see how this process goes. Because, again, this is our first episode. So for those watching at home, they might not even want to hear all the gibberish, man. They want to get to the questions. We don't have no problem with that. But we will never sit the people down without giving them the menu and let them know what's on it, baby. So
Biz, it just came to me. I just remembered it.
Okay, go ahead.
One little piece of advice for you guys. I'm going to try to come up with one of these for every show. One little piece of advice for this week. Do not trade for a player that you are not going to be okay. If he gets hurt this upcoming week and is going to be gone for the whole rest of the season, are you going to be okay with that?
Yep.
If you're going to see a player that you trade away, if he has his career game, are you going to be okay with that? So you have to be okay with both sides. So the next trade that you're thinking about doing, be okay if that guy you're receiving has his worst game or is going to be out for multiple games. Be okay with the trade if the person you are sending away has their career game. Because I can't tell you, Fizz, how terrible I felt sending away Pop Douglas, who got trading for him, and he getting only 1 catch. I think he only got like 12 yards, Fizz. And I sent away Jaylen Warren, who had a career game. And it's just like I had to remind myself, I'm going for the long haul. I'm not just thinking about this year. I'm also thinking about next year and also the year after that. So, guys, when you're doing those types of trades, make sure that you're considering the long haul. So that's my little piece of advice. for this week. But yeah, let's holler at the people and let's start getting into questions.
Let's get it cracking, baby. Look, don't give up all your little side honey bunnies, man, for the main one. And she wakes up one morning without makeup and you say, damn, I made the wrong decision. All right. You got to make sure you're going to love her with the makeup and without the makeup, baby. This is what we doing tonight. We are loving the makeup trades and without the makeup. We're going to live or die with him, you know? That's how we rock and rock. We're going to get straight to these streets and hit up my boy Patty Mills. He said, 14 teamer. He ready, man. 14 teamer, super flex, start 9. He has Lamar, J.D. Dart, and a lot of backups. Would you send anything for Jake Browning?
Yeah, I would. If you have 2/3, I would send that maybe even today. If we want to wait a few more weeks, then you can ramp it up to a second if he's still on that team and you want to see a little bit more. But that's the way I would take it, only because, and we were talking about this on the Discord, I think Jake Browning is one of the best backups in football. He has the best duo in football with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Their defense.
One of the worst defenses in
I was just about to say their defense looks a lot better, Fizz, than it did last year.
Well, I said this. They played Trevor Lawrence, man. I can't give him too many flowers, man. Trevor doesn't look all that good, but
he did throw 3 touchdowns. He had the worst 3 touchdown game.
I mean, week 1, bro. So I can't say that. I can't give him too much praise because they played the Browns and the Jaguars. That's all I'm saying.
But he has experience. He played 7 games, I believe it. You went 4-3 with the Bengals when they lost Burrow a few years ago. And he was there's going to be weeks where he's a top 12 QB. There's going to be plenty of weeks where he does that because of just how volatile it seems like, at least just through the first 2 weeks, Fizz.
Mm-hmm.
And freaking Spencer Rattler and Mac Jones were both top 8 QBs. And Jake Browning had a great week in week 2 taking over. I mean, he was a top 12 option, I believe.
I'm looking right now, Rock, 2023, different scoring, but still he's a starting QB. Week 11, 12 points. Week 12, 13 points. Week 13, 32 points. 14, 30 points. 25 points, 18 points, 23, 23. So that sounds like starting quarterback to me, man, if you had to make a move and try to go get him.
So
that was 2 years ago. So just imagine the chemistry of T. Higgins and Chase now.
With it also being 14 team super flex, I mean, that's the other thing is too, QB scarcity is going to be harsh. So I would be trading for Jake Browning. I would be trading for Mac Jones because you never know especially with Brock Purdy, what if he re-aggravates that injury? So it's just because he's projected to come back in a couple of weeks doesn't mean that Brock Purdy, as much as I love him, he's going to stay healthy. So you want these upside backup QBs that are in advantageous situations. And both of those guys are going to be players that I really want to be trading for. So if you want to feel comfortable, send 2/3 for him today. If you want to wait another week, but also with it being 14 team, I might not mind sending a second for him because we know he's locked in for 12 starts. And Fizz, here's the other thing. If he loses a bunch of these games, they are not going to rush back
Joe Burrow
from injury because they're going to miss the playoffs. So, and I'm not really projecting Mike White to take any starts away from Jake Browning. So Jake Browning could actually play the whole rest of the season. That's worth a second. That's worth a second. Yeah. And we saw our dude Jake too. Kudos to him. He pulled off a trade earlier. He got a second and a third.
Yep.
Or
literally just happened a little while ago. Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's a very fair trade. But that's where I feel about this situation here.
And I like what you said. And my biggest factor for this trade to go get him would be J-Day is already injured. He might not play this week. Lamar Jackson is known to miss 2 to 3 to 4 games late in the season around playoff time the last couple of seasons. So just having those 2 guys alone and not knowing when Dart is going to start, I mean, hey, man, Jake Browning might be your most consistent at the end of the year with one of those guys maybe already being locked in the playoffs or already suffering an injury. So I wouldn't doubt it. You always buy players on good offenses, man, especially if it's the quarterback position. Mac Jones is in a solid offensive system. Carson Wentz, as much as I'm not saying buy him, you can buy it at the Minnesota Vikings is at least a good representation of an offense that if Carson Wentz, for whatever reason, puts up, let's say 21 points this week, you could say, hey, man, if Mac Jones could do it, maybe Carson Wentz. I'm not saying go buy him. I'm just saying trust the offense if you had to gamble on anything and a
Are you
backup.
sending a third for him today, Carson Wentz? Or are you waiting
If,
until JJ McCarthy
if I had
maybe
JJ
he comes back?
well, they saying 2 to 5 weeks. So it
Oh my
depends.
God.
It depends, Rock. It says 2 to 5 weeks. So I'll just say I wouldn't send a third right now. I would have to see it first. But it depends on how bad I need it. I mean, I'm not a
Carson
big
Wentz
fan
played pretty bad last year, and that one
of
start he did. Yeah,
But
he
this is
looked
my thing
pretty
I don't
feeble.
like about people, Rock, in fantasy, and this is why I want to have this show. People panic too early, bro. It's only week 2. I've seen teams go 0-3, 0-4, and then make the playoffs and go on a run, man. It's too early to panic. This is the time to buy the panic. If people are panicking, hey, man, what you need? Jake, perfect example. You need Jake Browning? Cool. Give me a second and third. I'm looking at Jake and his team. He's getting rid of players more than buying them. So he's pretty much saying, I'm buying picks anyway. So panicking is not where we want to be right now. But, we're going to let the people remind you to panic because they want you to watch them. So we're going to remind you not to panic. But long story short, Patty, man, if you can get Jake Browning for the double discount check, man, go ahead and do it. 2/3 is probably the starter, and then see where it go from red, man. With 14 teams, you can't go wrong with 4 quarterbacks. And he said he got a lot of backups. So I'm not even sure what a lot of backups are, but it sounds like to me, Jake Brown ain't a backup right now. So go ahead
It's
and
like
get
that.
him. If
What's that song where he's just like, "How many backups you got? A lot."
a lot, right?
A lot. Yeah.
Shout out our boy to Kyle, man. We appreciate you, man. Look forward to you on that mock draft coming up soon, brother. But he said, what's our thoughts on BTJ? Just to squeeze this into the question of the trades. Well, actually, we could use this as a consideration for a trade conversation. We spoke about him earlier and how Travis Hunter and Trevor Lawrence and BTJ was looked at as this Joe Burrow, Higgins, Jamar Chase style offense. Right now, man, it doesn't look like the receivers to me, right? It looks like coach to quarterback. I don't know if you saw the play where Trevor Lawrence kind of brushed the coach off, like, man, you don't get up out of here with that.
And he was, Mr. Duval was like this. He was hitting his chest, and then Trevor Lawrence was like,
"Get me, yeah." You're like, man, shut up. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just say this: my thoughts on BTJ is, if I have him, I got to live with the process. I'm not going to get rid of them. But if you have someone that's putting them up for trade bait just to see what are people asking for, I would start low and see where they at. But I'm not buying high. I'm not going to let nobody sell me on, hey, man, I need 3 firsts for them or 2.5 first. If they want to down that hill, go ahead and let them die, man. But if they're trying to get rid of them because they're seeing something that maybe Travis Hunter is in the way or the offense not clicking, then go ask for the price. But I'll just say I never was drafting BTJ. I will say that during our mock drafts, but he's still BTJ. You feel me? So I got Ladd and other guys like that over him. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not getting rid of him for a AJ Brown or, a T Higgins in a sense. T Higgins is kind of in the same boat, but I'm still sticking with BTJ if we're talking about players around him that are going in mock drafts at his range. So where you at with BTJ right now, Rock?
Well, Fizz, it's kind of funny that we bring this up, or this is in the questions, because I have a list of different players that we could talk about buying. BTJ is one of them. I can tell you guys this right now. We could talk about this list later after we get through some of your questions. Is that the guys that I'm targeting right now are the players who have had a first couple of weeks that are not so good.
Yeah.
BTJ has not looked all that great the first couple of weeks. I don't know why, but here's the thing. I know that Brian Thomas Jr. is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. No question about it. If he is not one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, I should stop doing fantasy content. I should stop playing fantasy football because I don't know a damn thing. Because I saw what he did last year, Fizz, and he looked like unquestionably one of the most dominant freaks in the NFL. There is very few wide receivers, Fizz, that can get open, especially as a red zone threat, as a deep threat. He can do everything that you possibly want with the ball in his hand, everything. He's one of the best wide receivers in football. I think he is one of the biggest buys if people are freaking out on him. Because like you said, it's only been 2 weeks, Fizz.
Only been 2 weeks,
if he can produce...
And they have a new offensive system. That's the thing. he had now. Granted, he did a lot of this with Mac Jones last year. So just imagine what he can do with Trevor Lawrence. You feel me? But you got to remember
Mac Jones is better.
Well, I just say the system, bro. You have to understand that these guys are in new systems, man. And Trevor Lawrence is one that's been in a different system. It seems like every other year. So you just got to get these players and coaches time to get this stuff together, man. We're seeing that with JJ McCarthy right now. We're seeing that through Baker Mayfield's whole career. Like, you just got to give these coaches and quarterbacks time to get together. But BTJ is just a product of that. It ain't him. It's just a coach to quarterback controversy, not chemistry.
Let me ask you this, Fizz. Do you want a wide receiver that's on one of the best offenses in the NFL?
100%.
Do you want a wide receiver on a team with one of the best offensive minds in the NFL in Liam
100%.
Do you want a wide receiver that is an awesome route runner, can operate at all levels of the field, and also too is on a system and on the field with other great weapons like Travis Hunter, who could take some pressure off of him,
and also from LSU? Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
right.
Also too, we love wide receivers that are huge red zone threats, TD threats at any point in the field. They can just completely flip the script. We want wide receivers like that. He checks more boxes than most other wide receivers in the league, Fizz. So if he is having a bad first couple of weeks, that is good for us because that means that we can actually buy him. If he had an amazing first couple of weeks, Fizz, that means you had no chance whatsoever to be able to get him. Yep. Now you possibly can get him. So what are you going to be willing to pay? I know you don't like him, so maybe I should answer this question.
It's not that I don't like him. I just like other players that were going behind him more than him. But it's not. I just said I would still take him over those round. Rashee Rice, T. Higgins. I would take him over those guys. So it's not that I don't like him. I just like Nico Collins,
Drake London.
Drake London. I just like those guys a little more. But it's not that I don't like BTJ.
So here's the thing that's tough. How can I advocate for a schedule of ramping up what you're willing to give away, but then also too really wanting a guy like BTJ? Yeah. Because those two things aren't going to coincide with one another. So I will say this. If you are a rebuilding team, if you are flush with capital and you have 2 firsts that are burning a hole in your pocket and you have multiple other firsts that you can work with, I think it's worth trading that away. If you want to trade away a first and another player, I think it's worth trying to do that. That is the max amount that I am willing to send for him, but this might shut the very next week and be done for the whole rest of the season.
And I just looked at their schedule. We just looked at it earlier, too. They played the Houston Texans next weekend. We just saw Mbuka. We just saw even Mike Evans had a solid game last night. I mean, it wasn't the best game because Baker did a lot of moving around. But we know what this division is. And, Rock, I will say to kind of not combat, but to talk about what you just spoke about, the value. We can close out on BTJ. When you said give up 2 firsts, I like that value, but I would say a player in the first will be my first offer. I would try not to give away just pick. I would just try to up tier a player and a first because the person that's looking to move from BT, that's what they want. They want those picks over everything most times. But try the player and the pick to kind of, up tier a little bit. And then if they don't want to go for it, if they don't like the player, this is where you got to know your league. You know what I'm saying? If you know somebody like me or somebody that's you've been around and they're like, hey, man, I know this dude. He liked this specific player. That's when you kind of take your shot, man. Shoot, and we don't miss, man, when we make these decisions. So keep BTJ if you got him. But if somebody want to give him away to you for a low price, ask the question, brother.
Fizz, do you know what the 2 least traded positions are in fantasy football? The hardest to acquire?
Quarterback and receiver, I would think, right?
You're right. So whenever it's possible to get them, sometimes you got to move heaven and earth to do it. And you have to take a gamble. Brian Thomas Jr. is not a gamble. I think he is a sure thing.
For sure. 100%. Hope we help you out with that, Takao, man. But let's get to these trade questions. But the good thing about that BTJ question, though, Rock, that's advice for everybody, not just particularly one person. So if you got BTJ, hey, man, that's for everybody. But My boy Red's running, man. Alan Kuhn in the building. This is a dynasty super flex. He said his QB room is Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. Dang, well, I'm looking now. Well, he got 3 injured quarterbacks. Sheesh.
He's got all of our favorite players.
He might have one quarterback playing this week with all these names, but he got Herbert,
Oh,
Burrow, JJ McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, and he says 3. Oh, there you go. 3 are wounded. He said he's 0-2. Teams the 0-2 team owns Allen, and the other team owns Mahomes. Though on these moves, one of them nicked up quarterbacks. So he thought about moving one of those quarterbacks for maybe a Allen or Mahomes.
Yeah. This is all right. What are your thoughts first? Then I'll give you mine.
Well, I say this, bro. The person that has Allen, I don't think they're selling that 0-2. It's just like, yeah, I'm 0-2, but I have Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will have to pay the house, especially yes, he had a bad game.
I want
yesterday.
Daniels and McCarthy back. That's what he's probably going to want.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So your only one to trade for would be Pat Mahomes, but do you really want Pat Mahomes right now, man, with his offense and how it looks? I think you're better off just staying where you are, Ridge, man. I like what you have. What I would do if I had to make a move, I would look to move Burrow and just see if someone would pay me more than what I would ask for Burrow. But Herbert is healthy. We love JJ McCarthy. We do believe he's going to come back this year. We trust the offense. And Jaden Daniels, man, could literally go back this year and run it up into an MVP type season just after he gets back from his 1 week. So I wouldn't let these 3 being injured at the same time stop you from keeping 3 of the healthy ones and getting rid of one that's not healthy. So if I had to move somebody, it would be Burrow. But I don't see me trying to get Allen or Mahomes because I think Mahomes is at a place in his offense right now where what is the price right now for somebody that wants to move on from Mahomes? Yeah, I mean, I know they're 0-2, but that 0-2 team with Josh Allen, bro, if I'm 0-2 and I got Josh Allen, you definitely going to pay me because if I'm moving on, it's over with. So yeah. I think if I had to move someone, Rock, it would have to be Burrow just because I have 3 guys that I trust. But I don't know if you force a move right now with these 2 players. What do you think, Rock?
I really like the key word that you just used is force.
Yeah, force.
And
yeah.
I am a huge proponent of really looking at yourself in the mirror, looking at your team in the mirror, and being very, realistic with the expectations. I believe that unless you're a top 4 team in scoring, Fizz, that you shouldn't be aggressive when it comes to acquiring players that you think are going to help you win a championship this upcoming season. If you want to get buy lows, like if you didn't have Burrow or you're trying to get BTJ or anything like that, plan for the future when you're not a top 4 team. Because here's the thing, and our dude Coop has already done multiple different shows on the probability of winning a chip and all the different things that go into that. And it is so difficult, Fizz. Unless you're a top 2 seed, it's probably not going to be your year. This is one of the things that I also looked at too, is trades that actually help you win a championship. And I looked at starting at week, I believe, 12, and there was only 2 teams. I looked at hundreds of trades, Fizz, literally hundreds. Mm-hmm. There was only 2 trades that I found where actually that trade actually won that person a championship. There were multiple trades, lots of trades where people made and actually made their team worse. Can you imagine doing that? Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people did.
It happens, yeah.
But unless it's written in the stars, Fizz, it's just not going to happen. So I really like what you said. Do not force it. Wait to see where you're going to be at in the pecking order. And if you're not a top 4 team, I would say, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily go for Mahomes. He hasn't been producing better than any of these other guys that you've mentioned.
Exactly.
And if you do want to try to get Allen, I mean, that's not going to be bad. I mean, Allen is always going to be number 1 or number 2 in fantasy football, but it's going to cost you. He's probably going to want like Daniels and JJ McCarthy. Yeah. You might even want Burrow because he's going to say, well, he's hurt. Mm-hmm. So he's not going to do anything for you this season. You might try to swindle you.
This is the good thing about Joe Burrow, bro. People so in a rush to get rid of him. His value isn't changing. It's not going to drop tomorrow. It's not going to go up tomorrow. it is what it is right now because he's not playing for the next couple of months. So it's not like you give Jake Browning a good breakout week this week that Joe Burrow's stock all of a sudden drops. No, we know whatever his price is now is going to be that in 2 or 3 weeks. So me personally, Allen, is only week 2 or coming on week 3. I don't make any moves right now, bro. You got a solid room. You look like you might have the room of the whole entire league with Burrow, Herbert, McCarthy, and Daniels. I just let the people come to me, man. I don't go out trying to look for the other people.
And how much better would it be if you just traded like a third or 2/3 for Mac Jones? What if you just trade a third or 2/3 for Jake Browning? Maybe that's all you need just to get you by for the next couple of weeks. You won't feel bad about having him on your team. And they have some upside, not just this year, but next year and in the future, because they're upside starters if they ever get a chance to play. And there's a lot of QBs that play every year, Fizz. So if there's something that's burning a hole in your pocket, sometimes the idea is maybe I shouldn't go buy the really expensive item in order to get me over the hump. Sometimes it's those little things that you need just to get you over the hump. That's just enough. So that's what I would do. I hope that helps you out, Ridge.
I saw you put it. He said I have a pile of picks I could use Rome in my super flex spot and wait for QBs I got healthy. But I think again, Ridge, you only need him for 1 week. Jaden Daniels only missing 1 week. So even if you are 0-2, bro, we're not gonna panic right now, man. Don't panic, big dog. It's a long season.
And let's just say the worst case scenario happens. Let's say JJ McCarthy misses a month, and then when he comes back, he's not that good. Let's say Daniels misses multiple more games, and we already know what's going to happen with Burrow. Ridge, it's not your year this year. Yeah. But that's okay because that means that you can go the other direction. And you, like you said, you already have a pile of picks. Get some more picks.
Right. He has listen to his team. Herbert, JJ McCarthy, Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Rome Odunze, and a pile of picks. I don't know what the rest of your roster is, brother, but if you lose this year, if you have your own pick, trust me, you're going to have a higher value. Last year, Rob, I had one of the best teams I ever had. I suffered a Puka injury. I suffered Caleb Williams stinking. I had waited on Penix to play. I had so much that should have never happened that my team last year finished the number 2 spot. Now I'm 2-0 and I lead the league in points because my team, I took the year off. I said, it's cool. It ain't my year. Thankfully, everybody got hurt. Thankfully, no one is doing what they're supposed to do because next year I'm running this score up. And Riz, always remember, it's a dynasty, brother. If you don't got it this year, you do what you got to do, but next year is it. But it's only week 2, so we're not saying you're done. I'm just saying when I'm looking at the value, what you have at QB, and you have Rome Odunze plus a bunch of picks, like you said, man, I wouldn't panic at all, Ridge, man. So hopefully we helped you out with that one, Playboy, because I like what you got going on. My boy Huff is in the building. He said he been sitting on rice, man. Well, hopefully you dried up, bro. A lot of people put their phones in rice when they drop it in water, man. So hopefully you're good to go, Rich. Rich, you feel me? So my boy Huff, he said he's sitting on rice, and is he worth
I'm sorry, 5-0-1 straight up?
One straight up, or could I get a package for him? Rock, this is the tough one because
I think it's easy. Well, you say it's tough. I want to hear your thoughts first.
Well, I was going to look up and see what trades have happened for Rice right quick, and I'm going to let you go ahead and talk while I do this, Rob.
So Rice is a buy for me, Fizz, and this is the reason why.
He's a buy for me too, but go ahead.
He is in a situation where they are desperate in the worst way possible for playmakers on this Chiefs offense. They can't run the ball worth a damn. Pacheco looks like a bench for the rest of the season if he can't get his shit together, where Patrick Mahomes has to lead his team in rushing. And then Hollywood Brown is getting a crazy amount of targets, not doing that much with it. Travis Kelce and Noah Gray, I couldn't have been more wrong about Noah Gray. I was really wanting him to be the next tight end, something that I could have gotten cheap. Man, he hasn't done shit in the first 2 weeks. And with how desperate they are with playmakers, Fizz, I feel like when he finally gets in the starting lineup, he's going to explode. He's going to have this whole offense to himself. And anyone that Wish they could have traded for Rice and they had 6 weeks to do it. They had an all off season to do it. And maybe it would have only cost them a first, Fizz. Man, that seems like it would have been easy money that we could have had, that we could have been doing. So I feel like if you have Rice, do not trade him away. Do not trade him away whatsoever. If you don't have Rice, you need to start thinking about if you can trade for him, especially if the team is getting a little bit antsy that owns him and is like, oh man, I need to make a move. I need to do this. I need to do that. Do not do that, because Patrick Mahomes is just counting the days until he can get him back.
Counting his days, bro. Hey, Rock, you convinced me so much listening to you. I put it down. I don't even want to find no Rice trades because I don't want you to trade it, bro. I want you to keep him. And the reason why is exactly what T-Rock said. Pat Mahomes is looking for his guy. He is praying. He's counting the days. I guarantee you he has Rice at his house on Saturdays before the games, whatever the case. He is kicking it with him, reminding him, do you see what you missing out on? Do you see? Because a guy like Pat Mahomes, bro, he's a championship MVP caliber quarterback. He is putting it in Rice's head that, hey, I'm not saying it's all your fault, but this is why we're not winning and with the games we should be. You need to be here, and we miss you.
If Mahomes is saying that, Rice is just looking down at his knee, and he's like, well, this is your damn fault. That's the craziest thing, Fizz. Between
right.
Mahomes taking out Rice just so that he can be with his dude Kelsey, and Kelsey taking out Worthy just so he can be with his dude Mahomes. Man, hey, it is crazy.
Hey, hold on, right? You dropping some bars right now, man. What the hell? My boy dropping some bars, man. We supposed to be giving advice and you kicking game, man. But I like what you said, man. But long story short, though, Huff, man, keep Rice, man. Please, brother. I don't see a reason to trade him.
There's one more consideration for that, Fizz.
Go ahead.
What if in the next week or two, the Chiefs trade for Tyreek Hill? Because every week that passes by, it looks more and more like it just makes too much sense, Fizz. The Miami Dolphins look like they want to go into a full rebuild, tear down. Yeah. Let's get all this shit out. Let's burn everything to the ground. Let's piss on the ashes. Let's shovel it off and throw it into the ocean. That's how bad things look in Miami right now. And then also, too, that's what it looks like on offense when I watch the Chiefs. It's not the Chiefs anymore. It doesn't feel like it, at least on offense anymore. So why doesn't it make sense for them to try to trade for Tyreek Hill? Let's send a second to the Dolphins. Maybe send a second, 2 seconds. Who knows what they want to send? Get it done, because that will change everything. And if Tyreek Hill does come to the offense, is there any question, do you think, is it going to be Tyreek Hill or Rashee Rice who's going to be the number one in Kansas City? It's going to be Tyreek Hill.
I'm going to be honest, Rice. I think Tyreek helps Rashee Rice, though. I don't think Tyreek comes and just dominates targets. I think the way Rashee Rice plays, it doesn't countersuit or it doesn't hurt how Tyreek would play. You know what I'm saying? Like the way Rice was playing, bro, he played the Kelsey role to me. He was across the middle, a lot of high volume, high reception games. He wasn't downfield, taking a route. Tyreek
definitely played different routes.
He would hurt Worthy way more than he would hurt Rashee Rice. So I think, honestly, even if Tyreek got traded there, Rice would still have his place in his spot. It might come down a little bit, but I don't see his value like, oh, my God, I got to move on from Rice now because Tyreek is in town.
What I'm saying is that if Tyreek Hill goes to the Chiefs, you will be able to get Rashee Rice for half the price.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
So Rich is the one that has him, though. So maybe he feeling a way like I need to get off of the Rice because Tyreek coming. I mean, we don't know this, but, you know.
I don't know if too many people have actually had that theory. I don't know if I had it in a dream or if I saw someone talk about it. It just makes too much sense. So I'm going to take credit for it because I don't hear too many people talking about it. So if it does happen, I think that'd be pretty crazy. That's the only reason why I'm not going too far out of my way to send picks and valuable capital for Rashee Rice.
Well, to move on from this, but kind of correlate this in another conversation, we got another comment from Trig the Balls. He said, I'm seriously considering going to get Rice for Kittle. What you think about that trade? Because Huff was saying, what should he trade? He asked more for a receiver straight up, but what you think about this one?
These are both buys for me. So I want to have both these guys. I would try to send something else for Kittle because I think also too, we've seen it just through the first 2 weeks, Fizz. The tight end position is awful. It is so bad. Like even Brock Bowers isn't impervious to it because he just only had 38 yards. So he's human. I didn't think that was possible. I always just consider the worst game we were ever going to see from Brock Bowers is like 80 yards. But obviously that's not the case. So if Tucker Kraft is looking like a solidified asset, if Juwan Johnson is looking like a solidified asset, then we shouldn't go too far out of our way to get anyone else other than I feel like Kittle. I think he's just a screaming buy. I already traded for Kittle. I sent away Jalen Warren, Trey Benson, and Jatavion Sanders, and all three of those guys I sent away, I think were pretty much had like one of the best weeks they've ever had. Don't feel bad about it whatsoever. That's why I had that word of wisdom earlier on in the show. I'm never going to feel bad about trading for one of the best tight ends in football in Kittle. So I say that all to say, try to send something else other than Rice for Kittle. But if that's what you feel like you got to do, I'm not going to hate on it because I think Kittle he's one of those dudes, man.
For sure. I'll say this, man. The way it's looking right now, we're talking tight end for tight end. If Hawkinson, for whatever reason, has a good game, trade him for Kittle because I don't trust a long-term thing for what we've seen so far. I would get Kittle right now if Hawk goes out there and has a good 11-point week. Give me the injured Kittle. I let you bet on the Hawkinson breakout season because I don't think it's happening right now, Rock. So just my opinion on that. Patty Mills, we back at you one more time. He said, he said also for the 14. This is the, I guess, question earlier. He said, 14 Superflex star now. I'm 2-0, top scorer both weeks and stack except for only having Henry, Chuba, Algier, and the Buns at running back. What do you try to buy a RB or just stay put?
I would stay put.
Yeah. I mean, bro, me and Rock talked about this last night. The Raheem Morris offense will run the damn ball, bro. Algier definitely went out there and had 70 plus yards and a touchdown. Dude, and I'm telling you,
doesn't matter the coaching staff. Algier's just going to get 50% of the touches. Isn't that crazy? Why are they giving so many?
Jalen Warren and Najee Harris situation because it's clearly not. But I will just say, man, they value the running game more than everything else on this team. So I think Algier, bro, can at least touch a flex spot every other week. But Henry and Chuba, I know Henry had a diabolical game this week. I don't ever see it happening again. So Chuba has, for whatever reason, continued to surprise me because I bet on them this summer and I changed my mind right before the season started. But as long as they're down by 40 points a game, Chuba should be okay. They're going to find a way to give them the ball and let them score. So, if you're 2-0, 14 team with all those quarterbacks, bro, and with those two quarterbacks, and I like what you got so far, Patty. I wouldn't try too hard to make any moves, bro. You're 2-0, man, top scorer. Whatever formula you got right now is working. Don't mess it up, bro.
So in the same way, Fizz, that I have a schedule when it comes to what I allocate to myself in trading away when it comes to picks, it's the same thing when it comes to different positions. So for me personally, the position that I'm most willing to trade for first, tight ends. The next one, quarterbacks. The next one, wide receivers. And the last one is RBs. And the reason why that is because it has specifically to do with attrition. Now, any position can get hurt on any play. That's the case. But we definitely see when it comes to attrition, the players that get hurt the most, seems like wide receivers and RBs in particular seem to go through a lot more of the ringer than other positions. So that's why for me, if I'm going to trade for a wide receiver, I'm going to trade for an RB, I want the guy that's more likely to be locked in when I need to make a playoff run. And also, too, when it comes to the RB position, as much as I love RBs, Fizz, not everyone loves them. Like, that's the reason why I'm also willing, as great as Jalen Warren is, no one gives a shit about him in the offseason. No one cares about a lot of these RBs. So you don't want to be trading for a guy in week 3, week 4, an RB position who looks good now. And then if he has a bad few weeks and just becomes a complete afterthought in the offseason, Fizz, man, that feels terrible. Then they draft another RB in the draft. Now he's completely done so.
Cam Akers, bro. Sean McVay. We can go down a list of these running backs that we thought we're going to have this year. And by week 4, they got a whole nother starter that broke records and took the job from him. So you're 2-0, Patty. You got the top score. Stay put, brother. Stay with you.
Wait until week 10 or 12, just before you start even thinking about RBs. Unless it's cheap. Time. Yeah, if it's cheap, if you're thinking about a guy for a couple thirds, maybe you want to trade for Jalen Warren, you're able to get him for 2/3, that's fine. That's totally okay. But don't be trading for firsts or multiple seconds right now or trying to get an elite RB. It's not the time to do it now.
For sure, man. I see we got a lot of questions, man. So we're going to make sure we get to y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all coming through, man. First time doing this one, man. Definitely ain't the last time. So hit that like and subscribe for sure, man. Let's keep it going. Roxy was good. We got Decarius Coach, man. He said, should I trade JD5, Andrews, and T. Higgins for Herbert, Ferguson, and London? Oh, man, this is a big package. This is one of those, when you could put the emoji underneath the trade. This is one of those right here, right? Where you're going to have the googly eye emojis if this was done, man. So let's go through the value, man. JD5 and Herbert. Of course, we taking JD, right, on that one.
Yeah.
Andrews and Ferg. Where you at with that? That's kind of like whatever. In a sense.
One's just a stinkier turd right now than the other. That's it. And you know who I'm talking about. I don't even want to say his name. I'm so upset. We're not going to do it. We're
not going to do it. And then we go T in London. So I think, to me, Andrews and Ferg is the wash. We go JD and T versus Herbert and London. Where you at with the values and what trigger you pulling?
Is the gap between London and T worth it to go from Herbert to JD5?
No.
Answer.
No. Nope.
Herbert in London could have a very great season this season. And if maybe Herbert is here to stay, I want to feel awful about it. But here's the thing. If JD5, if he has a step back, if the whole Commanders offense has a step back this year, the thing is, though, is that there is only a couple other human beings in the NFL Fizz that can do what Jaden Daniels can do.
Yeah.
And Herbert can have the best season of his entire life, and he still might not be a top 5 QB in fantasy.
Right, look at the offseason. We did mock after mock after mock. Justin Herbert was falling every single week. He was like the steal of the draft almost every time.
Yeah, and when we look back on that now, obviously we could say, all right, if we knew what we know today back then, we would be drafting him higher. But I think in the range of outcomes, Fizz, I always like to think of things like similar to if this guy were to get hurt and this other guy were to have a career game, how are you going to feel about your trade? It's very similar to this. If Herbert has a career season, if JD5 gets hurt, where are you still going to be at? And I know at the end of the day that JD5 has outcomes in a just talent level that Herbert will never have. So you just have to ask yourself, is the gap between London and T, is that big enough for you to want to be able to be okay with that? Are you going to be able to sleep with yourself at night, knowing that Herbert is going to be able to do what he's done? For me personally, I can't do it. So,
Rock, I'm going to tell you something that I know for sure. Herbert can go out there and be QB1 at the end of this year, and we will still value J-Day over him next summer. 100%. I'm just being honest with you. Herbert can finish right now QB1, and he still wouldn't be Josh Allen, Lamar, and J-Day next year when we start in our dynasty startups. He wouldn't.
It's only the second year of his career, too. That's the other thing.
That's what I'm saying. So that value alone is the reason why I couldn't do this, Coach, man, D-Coach. So hopefully we helped you out on that one, brother. But stay put, man. Enjoy the ride, man. If you got JD5 and you are the lucky man that has them, unless somebody's willing to blow your socks off with a Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, trio of players, I can't do this one, brother.
Coach, I'll tell you this. I said this at the beginning of the show, and I want to say it again. Do not trade guys who are ranked in the top 48 players of Dynasty rankings, let alone a player that's ranked in the top 2 to 3 of Dynasty rankings, because you're never going to be able to get them again. And he is in a tier. If Herbert has the best season of his career, he's still going to be multiple tiers away from JD5. If the real thing that you want in this piece is London, then trade T and something else to get London. But T is going to have plenty of top 12 weeks this season. I think even with Jake Browning. And Drake London, he didn't do shit in this past week anyway. So it's just like, it's so volatile when it comes to the wide receiver position. So yeah, that's we can move on to this. I feel like I've said enough on it.
Yeah, for sure. Hope we help you out on that one, Coach. Rock, I see we got some fab questions, so we could put both of these together. Because Ridge Runner asked, he has $1,000 budget. What should he spend on Browning? And Trenton said, how much should he spend? Should he spend 100% of him? So I'm not saying Trenton has $1,000, but
yeah,
let's just say
I mean, this is a tough question, Fizz, because it does. Don't you feel kind of dumb when you spend a shitload of money on somebody and then no one else really spent anything, and you feel like such a fool?
It's a gut wrenching feeling. It's like waking up in the morning, bro, and realizing that your alarm didn't go off, and you woke up and you like, bro, I'm 3 hours late, man. What the hell happened, bro? Like, I could have just set my alarm. I would have been up because I woke up feeling good. No headache, no nothing. I don't even know why I overslept, but I overslept. So I say all that to say, when I spend $200 out of $1,000 budget and I see the next person only spent $5, bro, I want to punch myself in the damn head.
There's a line in one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. It's in Deuce Bigalow, Mel Gigolo, when he says, he's like, that's a $700 fish. And the guy's like, try $1,000. And he's like, well, you overpaid. And then he just shows the shit in his chest because he felt like such a sucker for overpaying for a fish. No one wants to feel like a sucker. Sure. I'm in a similar situation. I have $1,000 budget, and I'm thinking to myself, how smart and savvy are my league mates? That's basically what it comes down to. Because Jake Browning, he's worth spending 80 to 100% of your fab. No question about it. It's just whether or not you can get away with spending only 50%. Should you spend only $500? Should you spend $750? Would you feel bad if you spent $1,000? I don't think you would feel bad, Fizz, because with it being only week 2, we've already lost like 4 QBs for the next few weeks.
For sure.
I think he's gonna play and pay off that $1,000 if you wish to spend it. But if you want to spend a little bit less, you got to be okay with not getting him. At the end of the day, can you survive not getting him? At least spend, I would say, $750. 75% of your budget, I think, is worth Jake Browning. So
I say this though, Trenton and Allen or Ridge. Look at it, this buy as a sell too, right? Because I've bought players that I got for cheap prices or all of my fab, and then went straight to the team that I knew needed them more than I needed them. Is, hey, man, you going to give me a third rounder for him? You know what I'm saying? So look at it as you're buying a draft pick too, because if you get Jake Browning and you don't want him, maybe the first time you wake up in the morning, you have a trade offer that says, all right, man, you beat me out on him. What's the price? You know what I'm saying? So you could be spending fab on a trade pick in a sense, because I've done that before.
Yeah, the other thing is too, I always have to remind myself, like, why didn't anyone else bid on this player? Oh, yeah, I forgot. No one else likes this player the same way that I do, too. I feel like I have to go to bat for Jake Browning. Definitely no one loves Jake Browning as much as I do. So for me,
Rock,
I think he's worth that.
Know your league, man. You got people in your league, Rock, that oversleep. They don't pay attention to waivers anyway. Don't outbid those players, man. But then there's always that one guy who ain't bid nothing all year. And then in 1 week, you like, man, this dude ain't pay attention to his team. Now he want to go do something, right? So, hey, at the end of the day, live with what you can live with. That's like the biggest thing, right? If I could live with $100 down or 100 of my $1,000 budget, and then I'm able to live with Jake Browning being my Jameis Winston of my team, live with it. But if you can live with, if somebody else get him, it was for the better, live with that, man. But I would just say I would rock. I would spend 75% if I had to, or if I just knew someone in my league that had one quarterback or had Joe Burrow, and I know, like, man, I know I can get at least a third from this guy. That's how I look at it.
If any of your league mates are in this chat, now you have to bid $751 or $801 or something like that. So
there you go. There you go. Hopefully we helped y'all out on that one, man. We got my boy up in here, man. Hamza Camera, right? Where we at, Rob? Ham's the camera, right? That's what we
Yeah.
at. Okay,
Yeah.
there we
I'm just
go.
going
All
to
right.
call him HK.
There we
So
go. HK in the building, big dog. How you feeling? We glad you're here, man. Good to have you. He said, should I trade BTJ, who we just spoke on earlier, for Genty, another guy who is going down our list rapidly, week after week, man. We thought there was going to be world record-setting performances. Where we at with Genty versus BTJ right now? They both buy lows if you can, but one is probably lower than the other one. Where you at, Rob?
I'm not trading elite wide receiver for an RB. Not at this point.
100%. 100%.
It's great.
Especially a rookie running back who is in a new offense. This whole team is new. We don't know what's going on with the team. And the way they played last night, they look like a team that just started out of nowhere. So
Jay says, "Call him Ham Cam."
Ham Cam, yeah. Shout
Maybe
out Jay Jack.
it might be Hamza. Might be Hamza Kamran.
Hamza, yeah, it might be Hamza. You're right.
That's just the Arab blood that's coming out in me.
There we go. It's all right. Well, look, HK, baby, we got you in the building, big H rain. But I do believe what you said, Rock. BTJ all the way. I'm sticking with it. I'm not giving them away for no rookie, man, especially not a running back. Can't do it.
And I love BTJ. I mean, or not everyone knows that. I also love Genty too.
For sure.
I was advocating for him being RB1 in Dynasty. But you know what? With the situation that he's got going on in Las Vegas, it might take a little while before that comes to fruition. And even if it does come to fruition, is he still going to be drafted ahead of BTJ this time next year in startups? I'm not so sure about that. Let's not get too cute with it. Not in week 2.
Not in week 2, especially, man. I'll tell you right now, because if you see BTJ get 2 touchdowns on 150 yards next week, your stomach is going to be in knots. I don't care what.
You're going to need so many Tums.
I don't care what Genty does, brother. So stick with the BTJ, man, and we're going to pray that one work out, bro. To Cal, he back with another one, Rock. He said he's looking to improve his tight end room. He said, hold up now. I read a name that I'm very familiar with, right? He said, what would you go for? I had Pitts and Njoku, Henry, and Arroyo, yo boy. He said, can I add Pollard, Debo, Burton, or Olave to make a deal? What can I get? So he says he's looking to, I guess, tear up from Pitts or Njoku or Henry
on top of his tight ends. Yeah.
With Pollard, Debo, or Burton or Olave.
Not trading Burton because I haven't seen enough to know whether or not he's going to be good or bad. So I'm not going to trade him away.
The whole Bears offense is kind of shaky right now, so I wouldn't give up on him yet.
Pollard is great if you're a contender, Fizz, because of how solid he is, and he's going to be worth more on your team in terms of production than he will be in trade value. So I would just keep him. Debo and Olave are the 2 guys who I do not mind sending away. Olave, unfortunately, is always in the freaking blue tent. And I feel like his career, yeah, it's just, I mean, I sent you on week 1 all those different notifications from the New Orleans Saints medical staff, how many times he went in and out of the game. And it's just a huge shit show when it comes to their QB situation.
And the team, the team too, not even just him, the team overall. I mean, we know Rattler doing his thing, but how long is that going to last?
I would be okay trading Olave straight up for, I think if I go to I want to give a shout out to Nate Liss and his YouTube channel, because he came out with, they've been working on this the last couple of years, dynastyrankings.com. And I want to look at, could you get Olave for, name a tight end, Fizz. Do you think you get Olave for Tucker Kraft?
Oh, man, it depends on if it's Mike, because Mike don't care about tight ends. But I don't know, man. Tucker Kraft hot right now, brother. But I would start there though. I would start there.
So you couldn't get Olave for Tucker Kraft, and that's even with tight end premium off this. If you add tight end premium on, it's even harder to get him. Could you add Njoku on top of Olave for Tucker Kraft?
I like that.
Yeah, you could. You could get that. So. Njoku, if he gets traded, he's going to go to another team and he's going to be amazing. I would want to keep Njoku. I also like Henry. If you do not believe in waiting around on Arroyo to do anything, maybe you could do Chris Olave and Arroyo for Tucker Kraft. Would you be okay with doing that, Fizz?
Well,
Olave
for
and Arroyo for Kraft.
100%. Every day on
So
Sundays, brother. Every day. Let's just say you can't get Crab though. Let's go through right now. Let's say it's no Crab. Let's say
yeah, because Kraft is hot, and also
yes,
Warren is hot.
yes,
So you
yes.
probably can't get Warren either. Even if you put Olave and
Man, this
Debo,
tight end position is so hard, bro. It's so tough. Who
I would
it's a
trade for
tough one,
maybe
Rock.
someone cheaper. Maybe you don't go for. He's already got Hunter Henry, who I like.
Mhm.
Who else has been playing well at the tight end position, Fizz? Maybe just go for Kittle. Kittle's hurt. Maybe the
So
person
I
that
was
owns
gonna
Kittle.
so this what I
I'll
was
see.
gonna ask you, Rock. I'm not sure how much of a deal this could happen, right? But let's just say it could.
Mhm.
Who would you give up on with Henry to go get Kittle? Would you have to give Njoku? Because I don't know if I could live with Njoku right now. With I don't know, man. It's tough, man. This is tough, right here. Tight end
I
position
would.
is so up and down, man. It's so like where
I
you
would
at
be
with Kittle?
okay with one of the wide receivers. I'd rather give Debo or Olave plus Njoku / Henry. Don't send both your tight ends because Njoku and Henry are solid enough tight ends. I know Biz would be okay with just going with Pitts and waiting for Kittle to come back. Me, myself, personally, I can't necessarily advocate for that. So Njoku and Henry, I think, are the most solid. If you want to send one of them away, plus one of these wide receivers to go get Kittle, I don't mind it. But
Yeah,
Debo, he's going to command the most trade value because he's producing Fizz. And
look,
those are going to be the assets that you are going to be the hardest to trade away. But those are the assets that actually get deals done, Fizz. Do you think I would be able to trade away Jalen Warren if he wasn't doing shit? No one would want him. People only want the
nobody wanted him
players.
before. They didn't want him
Exactly.
before.
So the hardest thing to do in Dynasty football, guys, is to trade away the guy that's producing. But you have to think about, is this guy going to keep this up? And is he going to be the one that actually wins you a championship? So that's the hardest thing to do. And that's the thing that you have to do, Fizz. You have to
Yeah.
trade away Debo now before he gets hurt. You have to trade away Olave now before people really are done with Olave. Those are the hardest guys to trade. So those are the ones that you need to get rid of right now.
I like that. Auntie Cal is also a 49ers fan, so I think you kind of inspired him with the Kittle thing. Maybe you threw that alley oop knowing that. I don't know, brother. But hopefully we helped you out, big dog. Let's go on to my boy or lady. We don't know yet, but JB6997. We appreciate you coming through. Let's hook them up, Rock, with this one. He said they said, would you trade Lad, Rome, and Monty for Derrick Henry and your boy Jalen Warren? They have Nico, DK, Devontae, and Olave. So it's a lot of lays and a lot of V's coming through, man. He said the other running back is Hampton. So pretty much, would you give up Lad, Rome, and Monty for Derrick Henry and Warren? Sheesh. I'm guessing this is a redraft league because there's no way this is a dynasty league, Rock. No way.
Because I don't care if it's Dynasty
I'm
or
me
if it's
neither, but
redraft. I want to give away Lad for Derrick
for
Henry and Jalen Warren, let
facts.
alone throw Monty, let alone throw Rome
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
there. It's only week 2. Lad McConkey could, I mean, he still, I think, has top 12 upside, Fizz.
Think about this, Rock. The person that's trying to give you Derrick Henry or the person you trying to buy Derrick Henry, he had the worst week of his career. I would definitely not be giving these guys
Also,
away for
here's the other thing is, too, he's
after
got
that.
Nico and DK. Who has been playing like dog shit the first 2 weeks, Fizz? Nico had an amazing touchdown. I'm not going to take anything away from that. If he doesn't get that touchdown, Fizz, he has another like 2-burger. DK Metcalf does not he does not look like the match made in heaven for Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams is my favorite wide receiver on this list, so definitely don't get rid of him. And Olave, we already just talked about Olave, so don't get rid of Lad and don't get rid of Rome. Those are arguably 2 of your top 3 wide receivers. If Nico gets his shit together, Devontae, I think, is a solid flex. So maybe he's feeling bad about having Hampton and Monty. That's why he's going for Derrick Henry and Jalen Warren. He's trading for 2 RBs, Fizz. He wants to fix that situation right now.
I get it.
Fizz, like we said earlier, do not trade for RBs in week 3.
Well, and again, if I'm not sure if this dynasty or redraft, but this sounds like a redraft to be honest.
It does. But
let's just say
regardless,
Let's just say it was redraft though, Rock. I wouldn't knock Olave for Jalen Warren straight up. I'm cool with having Warren with Hampton and Monty. I don't think you need the Derrick Henry if you have to give away Ladd and Rome. I'm not doing that. So Olave for Warren in a redraft, I would do that today. No questions asked. What you think about that, Rock?
Say that last part one more time. What would you do today?
I'm saying Olave for Warren straight up in this redraft league, I would do today. If you look at the other receivers with Ladd, Rome, DK, Nico, Devontae.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to miss Olave. And here's the other thing is too, I mean, I just traded a lot less away for Jalen Warren. And the biggest mistake that I made about that was that I was getting too fixated on his dynasty value. And I didn't think about the fact that Jalen Warren looks like the locked-in starter for the entire year.
Yep.
So if you want to just...
And they extended his contract. So who's to say it won't bleed into next year?
The only thing is, though, is I feel like I would just go for like Jordan Mason. I don't know. Like, do you feel like Jordan Mason is that much better than Jalen Warren, or do you actually think Jalen Warren is better than Jordan Mason? I'm just trying to think about guys that for...
I would just say right now, Jalen Warren is hot. I'm gonna roll with the hot guy.
Maybe this would be a very helpful thing for us, guys. Please tell us with your questions. Give us some of the settings. Please tell us if this is Dynasty or this is Redraft. This completely changes everything.
I want to say this has to be Redraft, though. Has to be.
Okay, because if it's Redraft,
if it's Dynasty, no.
Don't trade away Olave. Don't trade away Olave, even for Jalen Warren in Dynasty football. So
keep everybody you have if it's a Dynasty. So, and
one more thing with Takal's last question. He was another tight end that I've been thinking about today, Fizz. I don't want to acknowledge it. Isaiah Likely might be the main tight end when he comes back healthy. If Andrews keeps looking the way that he looks,
I don't trust it.
I don't trust it either, Fizz, but he's gotten 5 yards each of the last 2 weeks.
No. I'm saying even if Likely is back, give me Zay Flowers and Henry, man. I'm not buying Likely, bro. I can't do it.
There's always been a solid tight end in Baltimore.
This is true.
Always. So, like, I know Isaiah Likely is the biggest boom or bust guy, but all Andrews has been is this bust. So it's not. So, like, Isaiah Likely is hurt right now. He's just another consideration, I think.
I say this. It seems like Andrews plays better when Likely is healthy. So maybe when Likely comes back, Andrews gets back to running it up. We'll see, man. We're going to see. But I don't mind you bringing it up, though, because it's definitely something we need to check out. And my boy KB said, fire analysis. We appreciate you, brother. My boy Reg is, did we answer this one right here? Yeah, we did. We got Bryce Long in the building, man. We appreciate you. Baltimore Ravens, man. Alumni with my boy Rock, man. He said, this is redrafts. We appreciate that, man, putting that first. He said, do I trade Chase Brown and Fannin for Kraft and Marvin Harrison Jr.? I believe so. I believe you smash the gas. And you say, I'm about to crack my damn screen. That's how hard I'm hitting my desk right now. Yes, sir. You do that one. I'm not going to lie. Rock, man. You wouldn't have to convince me twice. I'm doing this one. Every day of the week.
I think Chase Brown, here's the biggest thing. I'm not sure if I said this morning, but I definitely said this during the offseason, Fizz. What if Chase Brown was like what I researched through a lot of different RBs, Fizz? What if he was a one-hit wonder? Especially now with a Joe Burrow is
very
out.
Possible.
So, like, he hasn't done all that much the first 2 weeks. He looked so good at the end of last year, but sometimes that shit does not carry over, guys. Very few of the RBs that have top 12 seasons like Chase Brown, very few of them actually keep doing it. So Chase Brown could very well be a one-hit wonder. He does not have the year he did last year. And before we know it, this time next year, he's a complete afterthought. So, but even with that said, with this being redraft, I think that Kraft and Marvin Harrison Jr., especially with Marvin Harrison Jr. and the coach continually being asked about why isn't he getting more production,
pressure going.
I think that they're gonna keep turning up the heat on it, and I think he's gonna have more weeks than Chase Brown maybe has in top 12. Maybe Marvin Harrison does in the top 24.
I'm with you.
Basically,
No, I'm with you, man. Hopefully, Bryce, we hooked you up on that one. But I would definitely, if you have that one waiting, man, inbox trade, hit accept right now, brother. Let us know if you got that one, man. We appreciate that question. My boy KB is back one more time, Rock. He said he got Nico Collins, St. Brown, with Devonta Smith on the flex. Y'all said not to move on Smitty, so I'm gonna stay strong on that. Okay, that wasn't a question, but that was from earlier when he brought that up this morning. So definitely do that, bro. Again, we believe that it's almost that time for the
Yeah.
and look, I got the Rams jersey on, so 100% they are playing the Eagles. Devonta Smith gonna have to come out there and do something because Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua will score points, and the Eagles won't have a chance not to match those points. So, shout out to you for that one, though, bro. Let me see what else we got, Rob. My boy Jay Jack said he is late, but did we talk about ABJ yet? So it's funny because we got questions about Rashee Rice and we got this ABJ, and I put both of those on the thumbnail. I didn't put it more so as a AJ Brown sale. I just tried to sell it for the thumbnail purposes. But we didn't speak on him, I don't believe, yet so far, Rob. But what's your take on him right now? I just seen him going in a league that we're in for a first rounder, bro. 2026 first rounder for BT for
Good job, Schumer. Oh my God. He's probably not watching, but shout out to him.
And what makes it even wilder, D Walk also has Smitty. So he has control of that room right now. But with that trade in mind, and I guess other potential trades, where you at with Antonio Brown, man, and his value, Rob? Are you willing to sell? You willing to buy?
Antonio Brown, his value is he's on Twitter.
Hey, look, this he ain't even playing. He look like Antonio Brown sitting on the couch right now. I can't tell who on the damn field, man. I don't know if he's putting that shit on or what. I don't know. So
I got
you at with AJ Brown though. My bad, brother.
Okay, so AJ Brown. I have a list of buys, and I put AJ Brown on the list, but here's the thing. With his name, I put a question mark. Mm-hmm. He gives me some pretty bad vibes right now because he is a guy that people in the fantasy community, Fizz, are pretty down on. And that's the thing is, as much as I advocate, Fizz, for using analytics to buy the guys that nobody else wants, when you trade for a guy that nobody else wants, you have to be okay with keeping that player if he doesn't produce, Fizz. And what do we know about him right now? He's not producing. And what I think is it's because he's hurt. So if he's hurt, that means he has a chance to come back at another point in the year. This could be a buy low and he could turn things around, Fizz. But here's the thing. The Philadelphia Eagles, historically, during the Jalen Hurts saga, they have not been a huge passing team. Jalen Hurts is an amazing quarterback. He's ultra efficient, but he's not necessarily going to be producing these multiple like top 12 dynasty assets, Fizz. And I say that, and I actually think he actually did once. I think Devontae Smith and AJ Brown one time were both top 12 wide receivers. I could be wrong on that. You could be fact checking me. But regardless to say, if he did do that, Fizz, that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen in 2025. It might not happen even in 2026.
It definitely was before Saquon got there, so I believe it was.
Definitely before Saquon. Things have changed. So unless Saquon gets hurt sometime in the next few weeks, A.J. Brown likely is not going to end up being a top 12 asset. So am I going to be going out of my way to be trading for him at his age and what he can be doing, where I can use those same assets, Fizz, and be trying to get somebody else? Mm-hmm. I'm not necessarily doing that. That's why I have a question mark next to him. He's just giving me some bad vibes. Maybe that's the time to buy, to not trust in those things, because he is a very talented wide receiver. But unless he gets traded, Fizz, I just feel like this situation in Philadelphia is not very advantageous for that guy.
Yeah, and I'll just say, like I told you earlier, bro, if they could win every game for the next 10 weeks at 10-9, the score being 10-9, they would do it. They don't care about feeding the players and getting these touchdowns.
If they can touch push on every damn play, they're going to do it.
Jalen Hurts score 3 touchdowns, and then we win the game. They will do that. I believe the Eagles are playing the long game. We won championships now. We had our fun. We proved everybody that we have this thing. Nobody can stop it. Hey, Saquon, we gave him his flowers. Now we just want to win games. So I believe A.J. Brown, he's not even complaining about it. Because last year, this would have been him on the sideline cursing out Jalen Hurts. mad and fussing and hollering. I think AJ Brown is even saying, you know what? Save me for later. I appreciate that, man. So I'm not sure what to do with him either, Rock. So I just asked you before we move on to the next one. And Brandon, I do have you, bro. I definitely skipped you by accident. Sorry about that. I will bring your question up next. Rock, I'm gonna ask you, would you rather? Would you rather? So just when I say would you rather, AJ Brown is already the one of the guys. So would you rather AJ Brown or T. Higgins right now?
T. Higgins.
Okay. Would you rather AJ Brown or Zay Flowers?
That's a good one.
We're talking Dynasty now.
I know. It's tough.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked the questions, brother. Okay.
No one gives a shit about Zay Flowers. They never talk about him, Fizz. He can have a career year this year. He is the first Baltimore Raven to ever get a Pro Bowl nod, Fizz. No one talks about him whatsoever. He's great in best ball. That's the other thing is too. If this is lineup, Fizz, give me AJ Brown. This is not lineup. If this is best ball, give me Zay Flowers. That is the tiebreaker right there for me.
All right, last one, because this is your other guy. Championship team, you going for it this year. You ain't got time to wait on AJ Brown in this offense.
Give me Rashee Rice.
Nope. I'm going even lower than that. AJ Brown or Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams.
Okay, I know that's a little gap in the value. That's why I said let me ask him now, because we thinking championship this year.
Give me the old crusty guys like Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, who I know are going to produce, Fizz. They're not they will always come right. They will always produce. And yeah, damn the dynasty value. I want a championship.
There we go. And so to close it out, he said, what about redrafts? So it sounds like he ain't thinking long term. He thinking about this year or less, man. It's even tougher to answer that one in redraft, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Who are the other options be other than AJ Brown?
Okay, let me see. Redraft. Let me check it out, Rock.
Because he should just be on your bench. There's no way that you have all these other bench guys that are far better than AJ Brown.
Yeah. Jameson Williams or AJ Brown.
In redraft?
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go. I knew I would get you on this one. I knew I would get you on that one. Go ahead.
Because he just had a blow-up game. He just had a blow-up game.
Yeah. That's a tough one, though. Unfortunately, it doesn't even sound like this is even a real question. But right now it is. So
I would be starting JMO until AJ Brown gets his shit together, and I would have AJ Brown on the bench.
Okay. Terry McLaurin or AJ?
Terry McLaurin.
Okay. Last one. Calvin Ridley or AJ?
Ew. Give me AJ Brown. Everything looks bad.
I'm just saying how far down the list we can go now. Okay.
That's where it ends right there.
Okay. All right. We there we go, man. J Jack. Hopefully helped you out with that one, brother.
JJ.
Again, I wouldn't take AJ out of my lineup in a sense, but it's like, man, how do you start him over certain guys?
I would be okay keeping him on the bench until he shows us something. Fizz, just put him on your bench. That way you don't feel bad about getting these zeros. So just keep him on your bench until he does something.
I feel you. Well, Brandon, man, I got you hooked up, Playboy.
Tune up AI. I love that part right there. I wonder if that's his real face or an AI face.
AI all the way. My guy just went on Chat GPT and said, give me an image of some random dude. So here we go. Some random dude named Brandon. So let's hook him up, man. Well, shout out to you, Playboy. He said, I have Kyron, Hampton, Jamar, London, Hill. Should I make a move to get Jordan Mason or trade for a better RB? I'm 0-2. So sound like the pressure is on him. And we talked about Jordan Mason. You brought him up earlier about how you would rather have him over a particular guy. So this sounds like a redraft too. I'm getting. I wish. I think. I believe.
Even if it's not. Even if it. Okay.
He said this is a standard PPR 12-man.
When people start seeing those type of things.
Yeah, he wrote some more stuff, but he didn't say, let us know if it's a redraft or dynasty, Brandon. And he said that's him. He said it is redraft. My bad, Playboy. He said, not it is him. So we appreciate you, big dog. But he said it is a redraft, though, Ross. So let's
none of these. Here's the thing. none of these assets that he has, since it's redraft, there's no picks. So none of these assets that he has are worth trading for Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
So unless you start giving us your bench guys, I don't know what we could possibly trade for Jordan Mason. But I will say, just agnostically, Jordan Mason should be on your team. He should be a target of yours. Aaron Jones is out now for, I think he's on the IR, Fizz. I think it's 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yep, at least 4 weeks. And knock
His price just went up.
My boy Cam Akers is coming back, baby. Just in case you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Rock is coming back, man. We here.
How crazy would it be because of how much Kevin O'Connell loves Cam Akers? There's going to be weeks where Cam Akers gets more touches than Jordan Mason. We're like, what the hell is Kevin O'Connell doing?
Keep a reservation for Cam Akers, man. Even if he was on another team, they would have traded for him because they always got to have my boy back in town, man.
Okay, so he has Addison, Hollywood, Drake May, Najee Harris. Okay.
Rob, I'm gonna ask you this: would you trade Hollywood for Jordan Mason?
Yeah, but I don't think that guy's going to go for that because if you could try it, Brandon.
I'm just saying that's where I would start. That's what I'm saying. I would start there. You got Jamal London Hill and Addison. Hollywood is a start for me. I would at least try.
I would be willing. You don't want to have two RBs on the same team because that means that you're going to have a hard time with Amarian and Najee knowing who to start. Najee is only valuable if Amarian gets hurt. So I would be willing to package Hollywood and Najee together for Jordan Mason. So that's what I'd be willing to do, Fizz.
Well, he did say or a better RB. So let's just say it's not Jordan Mason. Are any one of these guys, say a Tyreek Hill after this blow-up game, what's his value, right? Who are people moving on? Do people trust the offense? They play Buffalo on Thursday, so we got to make this decision real soon.
I think Tyreek, unfortunately, is just too hard not to bench. Or too hard to bench. Yeah, I think you got to start him.
Well, no, I'm saying trade him. I'm saying trading him for a better for RB is what I'm saying. Trading him for RB.
If you're trading away Tyreek Hill, you should be getting someone in the 12 to 15 range. That's like Chuba Hubbard territory. That's what I feel like you should be able to get back.
I'll just say that with Jamar London, I think you can sacrifice Tyreek Hill for a running back, bro. I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know, though, man. I would stick with it, man. It's only week 2, man. And trading a receiver like Tyreek Hill who can go off for 20 or 30 on a bad day, I wouldn't do it right now, man. I think right now, Brandon, I would stick with what I got, bro. Stick with what I got.
That's the thing is, he's 0-2. It's different in redraft, Fizz. If you're 0-2 and go 0-3, you're fucked.
That pressure gets the you're right.
You're absolutely fucked. So
you're right. We sorry, Brandon. We so used to dynasty questions, bro. That
let's give them some different options.
It's hard to turn the radio station off from redraft to dynasty values, bro.
Okay. And in redraft, we gotta reformulate in our heads. Probably not gonna get ETN because he's just been killing it. Maybe you can get Tootin. Tootin, I think, actually would be a decent ad. There's gonna be weeks where he outproduces ETN. And he's the RB2 on that offense. He could be the RB1 by the end of the season, Fizz, especially ETN. He's not the greatest bill of health. So Tootin, I would look at him. I think Jordan Mason is definitely in that category. Jalen Warren, Dylan Sampson.
What you think? I was just about to say we're talking about Junkins right now. He did
he had a solid outing. The only thing is, though, is that if you're trying to win a championship, I don't want one of the fucking most dog shit offenses, Fizz. And that's why I was going to advocate for Tony Pollard, but that's the worst offense in football right now.
Yeah.
So you might have to go to the bottom of the barrel. J.K. Dobbins.
Bro, and this doesn't probably make any sense, but I'm going to say this knowing how people play fantasy football. Brandon, I'm not sure your favorite team, right? But if you have someone in your league that has Javonte Williams, people hate Cowboys, bro. They hate the Cowboys. I don't care how
if you can get Javonte. He's the number 2 RB in fantasy football.
Well, we're talking unsensible people. People hate Dak, no matter how good he really is in his stat line. They hate him. They will always put him behind certain people. I would start at ask. This is a random question. Hey, how you feel about Javonte? Because some people think it's a fluke. Some people think, man, they play the Giants. I would start there and see what people want. Because the reason why I'm bringing up Javonte though, Rock, and I know where he is with his value right now, but you got to at least try one guy that people still don't believe in. Like it could be an anomaly why this is happening with Javonte Williams. And the person that has him probably says, man, I can't believe it, but I don't even trust this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing out a name to try to check in on of someone that people definitely don't see it keeping up and keeping it going for the rest of the couple of weeks.
Brandon, clip this part. I'm going to list some names. These are the names that you should try to trade for. So, especially if you're doing a Hollywood Najee package that I think is realistic. Maybe you can get Chuba. Maybe you can get ETN. But the more realistic ones, Javonte, Jordan Mason, Bashal Tutin, James Conner, Jalen Warren, J.K. Dobbins, and the last one I would maybe go for is like Nick Chubb. So I think those are all realistic. It's somewhat upside. But maybe, Brandon, the best thing to do is start scouring the waiver wire and hope that maybe you can't get one of these starters, but maybe you can get the backup Fizz. And then later on, if the starter gets hurt, you're already one step ahead. Maybe go, instead of getting Nick Chubb, Fizz, go get Woody Marks.
Because now, if we talking redraft, maybe guys like Tootin aren't on benches. They might be in free agency. Samson. A lot of these people don't carry backup running backs in redraft leagues.
Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen.
Iron Tree or Scatterbo.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's different options. So I would try for that.
Yeah. It's 0-2. I like you said, it's definitely scary time, scary hours right now in redraft leagues, Brandon, but don't panic right now, big dog. You got Jamar Chase, you got London, you got Hill, you got Hampton and Kyron. Give it one more week before you go crazy. But I would definitely check on those names my boy listed off. I would start at the top, me personally, of Javonte Williams, just because people drafted him so late. They didn't expect him to do jack anyway. So I would go in the process thinking that maybe they still don't believe he's going to do jack. And I would try to.
Oh, you already traded Pickens. Why'd you trade Pickens after 1 week, Brandon? Come on.
Hey, man. I don't know, man. Because that's why he's an AI, man. You know what I'm saying? He said he had time for it. Maybe he know more than we know. Shout out
Jackson, Brian. Don't be trading for Tracy. I think it's Cam Scatterbo time from here on out. So.
Well, shout out my boy Brandon, man, whose picture is actually him, man. We appreciate you, big dog.
Wait, did you see what he traded Pickens for?
What happened? Where we at?
He traded Pickens for Bowers.
Oh yeah, you got no problem.
Okay, everything I said, Brandon. Your league mates are dumb as hell. What?
Brandon, man, listen, man, you need to get out of these Chat GPT leagues, brother. All right.
He is
on ESPN though, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, man. But shout out to you, Brandon. We appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out my boy Philly, man. Philly is in the building, man. He always coming through. He said, do I start May or Love for week 3? He got the start stick question.
Wrong show.
I know, right? We're going to give him a little bit of love, though. He is a Patreon, man. Let's show him a little bit of love, man.
Okay.
Whenever you're a Patreon, you get more love, man. It is what it is. You know, we're going to show him some love. Me personally, though, who do they play? Yeah, it's a good question, Rob.
Let me pull up my start shit tab. I have a tab with all my start shit stuff on it. Let me look at it just for you, dude. Week 3, the Patriots are playing the Steelers, who are dog shit on defense, and they made Sam Darnold look good. And then
play the Browns. I'm gonna go Drake May on this, Rob.
The Browns are a little bit stingy on defense. I know they just got 41 put on them. So the over-under via Vegas for the Browns-Packers is 43.5. It's the exact same for the Patriots and Steelers. So it's similar outcomes. And then when it comes to, let me look at start shit stuff real quick. There's so many tabs I have open for
this. All good, brother. We're going to put a tab on you, man. You owe us $100 a fab, Playboy. All right? Hook us up, man. Well, we got this dead air. I will say, I see we got a lot of start-sit questions, man. So we're going to try to say those closer to the end. Let's get to these trade questions. But If we don't have nobody else asking their questions for their team, we gonna hook y'all up, man. But while Rock is looking at that, we definitely want to remind you that we appreciate y'all being here, man. This is week 1. We're gonna try to keep it going as long as y'all want us to keep it going. The longer we seem to stay on, Rock, the more eyes we seem to get. Just make sure, man, if you got the kindness in your heart, man, leave us a like, leave us a subscribe so we can keep growing this thing, keep giving you what you need. And let us know in the comments, man, if this trades actually worked, they came through, or if we are just full of shit and you're tired of us talking, man. Just let us know in the comments at the end. It's all good either way. We appreciate you. Go ahead, Rob. Let us know.
That was exactly what I needed. That's the exact amount of time I needed. So here's the thing. Jordan Love, he doesn't have the greatest cast of wide receivers. He basically has Tucker Kraft. I know May isn't working with that much either, but May has the rushing upside. And also, too, I think it could be a closer game, more of a potential shootout with the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers making it more of a game for May. I could completely see Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs completely destroying the Browns, and then them just running the hand out of the ball.
Quarter and put this back
exactly.
Up, you know what I'm saying?
So play May, and also too, please tune in Sunday and ask us this question again, so I can get it right and I can further the gap between me and Mike. He's going to be my arch rival for this season. I have to get more shit starts right from him than anyone else this year. So I'm looking forward to doing that this year on the start shit. That is at noon Eastern time.
Yep.
Right before kickoffs.
So make sure y'all join in, man. We got the Redraft channel, man. South Harmon. At South Harmon Fantasy. Check that out during the week, but also definitely for your start sit questions in the morning, man. 12 p.m. Eastern time. Get your lineups right. Get them ready, man. So we will get into those if they left, but let's see whatever trade questions we got, right? I'm going to start the other one we got for Ventro, man. We're going to hook you up in a second, Playboy. Let's see what's good. My boy Tikal, man. It's not like he got a whole lot of moves going on, man. My man ain't playing in these dynasty streets. He said he sent the trade for likely for Debo straight up in his dynasty lineup league. The guy who has likely has Bowers as his starting tight end, and his receivers are Diggs, Mayer, Ridley, Hollywood, QJ. Wish me luck. So he's hoping that he can get Debo for likely, Rock. What you thinking?
I mean, I think Debo is.
I'm sorry, he wants likely for Debo. I'm sorry, likely.
Yeah. Debo is looking good. That's a huge L I'm eating this season because yeah. So I think it's hard to be able to do that. But for the dynasty upside, Fizz, we're not just playing for today or tomorrow. We're also playing for next year. With how bad Andrews looks, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I think it is kind of, some people might be looking at me kind of crazy, Fizz, but like, I think likely they're going to really want him when he comes back in to offer that juice. You keep talking about juice, Fizz, over the last few weeks. Likely brings juice that Andrews just does not have anymore. He's been squeezed all the way out. There ain't nothing left, not even a drop, Fizz, for more than 5 yards. So if you don't really need Debo Samuel, then trade for a guy that you can use in your lineup week after week. I know it's a lot to say for Isaiah Likely. He's super boom and bust, but there could be a change in the guard in Baltimore, Fizz. So it's either that or the Baltimore Ravens say, the hell with both of you guys. We're going to trade or buy a tight end, draft a tight end in the upcoming 2026 draft.
Kyle Pitts or something, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no contract, brother. I'm just saying, man.
That's true. They could trade for someone in the off season. So, yeah.
Yeah, I say this. I'm not
lateral move.
I'm not high on likely. I'll just say, if you have a rapport with this guy, maybe this is a deal that can happen. But me personally, I think Debo was playing beyond his means of what we thought. So I would have to reach for higher, bro. I want higher than likely. I want to get all the squeeze out of the lemon, whatever the phrase is. It makes the lemon worth the squeeze, whatever the hell I'm trying to say, Rob. But I definitely think Debo right now is outperforming what we thought he could do. And if I got to get rid of him, man, it got to be for a value that I feel like, yes, he could take that raggedy old Debo, because I didn't expect what was happening. So I just think likely you're buying at a value that probably if Debo wasn't as good, you probably could still get that same value. So if I want to oversell, I want to overprice back for me for Debo personally.
There is, in what I said at the very end, and this is a lateral move, Fizz, because there is so many ways it can go wrong. There's so few ways where it can go right.
Yeah.
The best thing to do in this situation is go a tier above, try to add something to a package so you can get those Tucker Crafts, or go down, Fizz. Go get a Hunter Henry. Maybe Zach Ertz a little bit too old for you. Go get a Juwan Johnson. Those are two guys in Hunter Henry and Juwan Johnson who are solidified, who are not going to disappoint, and I think are locked in at least for 2025. They ain't going to cost you shit, Fizz. I'd rather do go up or go down. This is the reason why I'm really enjoying doing this show with you, Fizz. All these different things I've learned over the years, they're all coming, out right now. So I appreciate the people asking us these different questions. I appreciate you, Fizz. Hopefully that helps you, Takao.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, bro. If Debo is going to reach his expectations and reach higher than his expectations, I'm one higher than what his value would have been if I was to trade for him. So, or trade him away. So I just think likely you're giving the base value. I need more value if I'm going to give away a guy that's balling out of his mind right now. So hopefully we hooked you up with that one, big dog. Jay Jack did come through and says that any RBs that we're targeting, and I see right now, Rock, we don't have. You know what? JJ, I got two questions. So let me get to this trade question first, and I'm gonna get back to that because I do have some guys that I believe should be targeting. People should be targeting. So redraft. You said, are you trading Genty for JSN?
No, I'm not doing that because I wrote too many times, Fizz, during the offseason that Ashton Genty is a generational RB. JSN is not a generational wide receiver, Fizz.
Redraft.
So,
redraft.
Oh, redraft?
Yeah.
I didn't read that first part.
There we go. That's what I said. When I'm hearing you, as soon as I heard you say that, I'm like, I don't think my brother heard what I said, man. Redraft.
I did 2025. All I saw was Genty and JSN. I did a poor job of reading the question and the answer. I failed those types of questions, Fizz.
It's all good.
It's cool.
So look, we're gonna remix it. Redraft. Genty or JSN. Where we at with it, big dog? I'm going JSN right now, Rock. I ain't gonna lie to you. He is the offense, bro. He is getting fed target after target after target after target. PPR league, I'm going Genty. If it's half PPR or standard, I'm going PPR, I'm going JSN. I'm sorry. Half or standard, Genty.
Fizz, all right. I want to say this. I've experienced in too many redraft leagues, and I'm glad I still do redraft leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Where a player looks bad the first 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, we know.
And then
JSN.
And then week
example of that, right?
Exactly. And then week 6 comes around or week 8 comes around. Maybe you're 500. Maybe you're 4-4, Fizz.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ashton Genty looks unstoppable.
Yeah.
So, and with JSN being the only viable piece on that offense, Fizz, would you be surprised if just every week JSN is double covered? I mean, Cooper Kupp, I'm pretty sure outproduced them this past week, Fizz, because it's exactly what the Steelers did. So
I just say I just trust since Genty is a rookie, I'm gonna go with the guy that's been in the game. I'm gonna go JSN on this one, bro. I'm going JSN, man. I can't.
I'm holding Genty.
Okay.
I'm holding Genty because I've just seen too many times, Jay, where the guy that you drafted at the end of the first round, the guy you drafted in the late second round, they just don't produce. People get finicky, and then you trade them away, and then week 8 comes by, and the person you traded them away to, they ride that player into the championship. It's just, that's a sick feeling. You talked about earlier, Fizz, needing some Pepto-Bismol. There ain't not enough Pepto-Bismol and ginger ale in the world to get rid of that feeling, Fizz.
If you come from grandma, then that ginger ale going to hit different, Rock. All right, so if it ain't coming from granny, hey, man, throw away your panties. I don't know, man, but I'm sticking with JSN on this one. All right?
It's Genty. He can win 2 ways, Fizz. He can receive and he can run. Jason can only do one thing.
As long as Gino ain't thrown into the wrong damn team, you know.
Oh my God.
But Sam Donner ain't no better, so we don't.
I'm glad I didn't stay up for that shit, Fizz.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So
they're gonna figure it out. They'll figure it out. So Jay, go with I don't know which way you're leaning. I don't know which one of us made a better
whichever
argument.
one of us you like better, Jay. Just roll with that person. All right. We're gonna whatever one. We're gonna make you pick or choose on this one, brother. All right.
But like we said at the beginning of the show, Fizz, our
Yeah,
audience has to take account for their decisions. They have to be the one that lives with it at the end of the day. The worst thing ever is when someone asks for our advice and they're like, we took it and it was bad advice. Well, then you shouldn't have taken it then. You have to be the one that lives with it at the end of the day.
Hey, man. When you blame me, man, I go ghost on you, man. I ain't say that. Who said it? Run back the tape. I still wasn't me, man. I don't know who it was. It wasn't me.
That must have been AI.
It was AI. It was my boy Brandon. You feel me? So shout out J Jack. But I will say, Jay, to go correlate to what you just asked about the running back value. I see we had a question from Big Bill's guy. He said not Dynasty, but Redraft. Do you feel Tootin is worth 15 to 20 fab, right? But I'm gonna say this, Rock. The reason why I wanted to bring that up is to kind of go back to what J Jack asked, where it was are there any was there any running backs that we're targeting right now? Now this might be Dynasty for J Jack, but I'm just saying overall, this is the running back conversation. So with $15 to $20 a fab, or with that's 15-20%, let's just say, for Tootin, 100% I would do that. What you think about that, Rock?
For $15 or $20, but you're probably not going to get him for that. Someone's probably going to outbid you. If Tootin is available on waivers, I am unloading what they say. The whole damn magazine, the whole damn clip is, 100 of my bullets are going right into getting Tootin. I'm not going to, no 99. No.
Hey, my boy cooking over here, man. Cook it up, Rock.
Tootin has to be, if he's on waivers, he has to be on your team. Unload everything you got.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I say this, $100. Where we at with Tootin then?
He's going to be on my team for $100. Exactly. I said the whole I didn't say 99 bullets. I want the whole damn drum magazine.
Got the club going up on Tuesday, big dog. I hear you, man. I hear you. I ain't mad.
But as far as Jay Jackson's question, unless it's for 2/3, I'm not trading for any RBs right now. That's too damn early, Fizz, to be trading your seconds or your firsts for RBs.
Whoa, slow down, Rock. I know what you said earlier, right? And I'm going to ask you this. If right now someone is saying, I don't trust Travion Henderson, I don't trust Omari and Hampton, I haven't seen it, I'm tired of wasting my time with this junk.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try to at least try to see what they got?
If I'm on a rebuild and I'm flush with picks, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
If I'm on a championship team, Fizz, I am on a few championship teams where I have a lot of different players that are on my bench. I have Roma Dunze, I have Marvin Harrison Jr., I have Tyreek Hill on my bench, Fizz. They're not even making my starting lineup. And I don't have any picks though. I'm not trying to trade away any of these guys for these RBs. So that's the thing. You're going to have to pay a lot to be able to, like that song I said earlier. How much are these guys going to cost? A lot, Fizz. So it doesn't matter that it's only been 2 weeks. All that matters is whether or not you can get them or not. If I'm on a rebuild, yes, I want to be asking questions. If I'm on a championship team, unless I have a whole bunch of capital, Fizz, that it's just burning a hole, I'd rather save it to win the championship and look to see what I can spend it on in week 12, in week 13. That's my personal way of going about it, Fizz.
I like that, bro, because one thing about the running backs, everybody takes their lumps, but nobody takes them like the running backs, bro. And to buy a running back right now, and then that guy by week 13 still hasn't gotten it together, and then you look and say, damn, I could have bought this other running back going into the playoffs, and maybe I get a Derrick Henry for the same price because somebody said, listen, I don't want it. So I understand it. I feel you. Jay Jack, man, we say all that to say, just hold your horses, Playboy. You got your cowboy hat on. Hold your horses, man.
Go pick up Cam Akers for $2, fam.
There we go. Unless you hanging with Leggett, man, then you go get dollar bill. That's the only horse you can go get, man. Until then, hold your horses. And hey, man, don't do too much spending on them. But Big Bill said that somebody said he accidentally cut Tootin, some guy. It wasn't him. So I guess that's why he said, tonight, man, he gonna drop some Tootin on him, man. So
unload the atom bomb, everything you got, all your forces, everything.
There we go, man. Shout out my boy Ridge, man. He said I got him rolling, man. I appreciate you, big dog. We got Chip Diamonds, and if anybody else got the last questions, we're gonna fire them off. We get almost at 2 hours. So again, man, we would never say this enough. We appreciate y'all being here, man. Always showing love. Episode 1. Hopefully, y'all leave us. This is what I want y'all to do. Leave some comments after the show to let us know we should bring it back. And if we feel like we got that love, man, we gonna damn sure bring it. Definitely want to hear what happened, right? If you made these trades, if they got accepted, or if you just said, listen, man, I got nervous, man. You told me what I should do, but I said, nah, I'm gonna stick with it. We want you to live with that decision. So Chip Diamonds, let's see what you got, brother. He said, my brothers, I just traded Juwan Johnson. So he traded a mustache for Troy Franklin and a 4th. He said he's an orphan rebuilder. Thoughts: 12 team super flex, start 10, vanilla scoring, 1.5 tight end premium. I think this is a win-win right here, bro. Troy Franklin, we didn't even know he was even alive until last week. I thought it was Frankenstein, Troy Frankenstein. I don't know. So Troy Franklin, yeah. I like this one right here, right? What you think on this one, bro?
Yeah, I think he didn't spend a lot, and he's not gonna lose a lot if it doesn't work out, Fizz. So Juwan Johnson, I think he's going to be. If you have someone on a rebuilding team like he is right here, he says is an orphan rebuilder. These productive older assets, like I don't even know how old Juwan Johnson is, but I know that
29. I think I saw it earlier. 29.
I thought he was in his 30s. Fizz. That mustache makes you look like he's.
I'm a fact check it, but I believe I saw it early. He was 29. Go ahead, keep going. I'm gonna check it up though.
Okay, so Troy Franklin, he did look good. He did by far have his best career game. It might be the best career game that he has in his whole career, Fizz. But regardless, what I would do with Troy Franklin is that if he has another blow-up game, Fizz, maybe then I can trade him away for 2/3. Because Juwan Johnson, I think today is worth about that. He's worth 2/3. No one's going to give a second for him, I think, despite how good he's been playing. So if Troy Franklin, if I get an asset like him, who we don't really know that much about, it's his second year in the offense, and it's the Denver Broncos, Fizz. I mean, outside of Cortland Sutton, I don't feel good about any of these pass catchers. It feels like a very unstable situation. So when you get someone that's as volatile as that, I'm going to look to flip them hopefully in a week or two, and just keep as a rebuilder, Fizz. There's nothing more important than what I call the Iron Bank strategy. It's all about acquiring as many different picks as possible. That's all that matters. Picks and picks and picks and picks and picks. And you want to take those thirds and turn them into seconds, Fizz, because thirds, you only hit on those players like maybe like a quarter of the time. The hit rates for thirds is not very good whatsoever. First and second, that is going to be the thing that takes you from a rebuilder to a contender, because the hit rates are just far better with those types of picks. So that's what I want to be doing. I want to be taking these assets I can't do much with, and I want to try to push them as close as I can to seconds and first, Fizz. What do you think of that?
And Jay Jack brought up a good thing. That is also Brock Bowers' brother. I believe they adopted Troy Franklin. His family adopted him or something. So true story. I don't know if you knew that, Rock, but his family adopted Troy Franklin. So they are technically brothers. But
okay.
Yeah, true story. But I will say this, and I know you already made the trade, Chip, but I'm gonna be honest, Rock. I like keeping Juwan Johnson right now, man, over Franklin in the 4th. And the reason why is because even in an orphan rebuild team, sometimes you give away value too early. And let's just say Juwan Johnson continues getting double-digit targets, gets 8, 9, 10 receptions, and has a 100-yard game, a 2-touchdown game. The price ain't gonna do nothing but keep going up. And I believe in this Kellen Moore offense right now. Olave is the key factor, but Juwan Johnson is a heavy, heavy, heavy factor of this offense. I mean, Alvin Kamara seems to even taking a step back, because maybe teams say, hey, we know what y'all got there. What else can you give us? And Juwan Johnson is just showing up, man. So
it was Bo Nix. His family adopted Tez Johnson, his teammate in Oregon.
Oh, it's Tej Johnson. Okay. Yeah, look, come on, J Jack. You got me out here looking bad. Brother to brother, man. Oh, man, mute this guy, man. Come on, man. You can't make your brother look bad. You supposed to be my brother. Come on.
Unless there's just lots of families adopting other people, which is awesome.
J Jack just saying we all look alike, man. We know how J Jack get down, man. All the brothers look alike. I get you, Jay. But we knew one of those guys. One of the Oregon Ducks, man, was a part of the family. They took some ducks and made them turduckins, and now we all family, baby. So it's all good. Troy Franklin, you were, and he's a cousin. He ain't a brother. He's a cousin. So, but long story short, though, Rod, I will say Juwan Johnson to me. I just think, man, right now you got to ride. Same thing I said about Debo is how I feel about Juwan Johnson. I don't want to down tier. I want to move up. If his value right now is out of this world crazy, I want to try to get an out of this world crazy offer. Now, if I don't get that, I might just hold and say somebody at some point going to come and put some respect on it. Because I think even 2 weeks from now, you could still get Troy Franklin in the fourth. I don't think in 2 weeks, if Juwan Johnson puts up another double-digit fantasy outing 2 weeks in a row, that people will even come to you with Troy Franklin because they might not feel like that's enough. So personally, I would have liked keeping Juwan Johnson and just waiting for that value to keep rising, because it going down is less likely than Troy Franklin's going up to me.
Fizz, what do you think of the strategy? Remember how I talked about earlier? I traded away Jalen Warren, Trey Benson, and Jatavion Sanders for George Kittle. Now, the reason why I did that is going back to what I was talking about, that firsts and seconds is what digs you out of that rebuilding hole. If you could take a Juwan Johnson and you take two other assets like a Jalen Warren, like a Trey Benson, I know with George Kittle, when he comes back, he is the best chance I have of acquiring a first, Fizz, because Trey Benson ain't going to get me a first. Jalen Warren ain't going to get me a first. And hell, as you know, unless it freezes over, Jatavion Sanders is not going to get me a first. So I had to package all of them together to get a George Kittle getter to be able to get George. I don't like it. I'm dyslexic sometimes, Fizz, and I just stumble over my words.
You sounded like my son, man. I ain't mad at you. That's how you be talking sometimes. I ain't mad at you. Keep going.
Fizz, I got a friend that every time you fuck up saying something, he does this with both me and my wife. He's like, together? Is that what you meant to say? And we just try to blow past him. This guy always says something every time we screw up our words. Shout out to him, though. I appreciate it. He's one of my best friends. Anyway, take a Juwan Johnson, take two other turds on your team, package them together, try to get a George Kittle or some other player that's hurt, a Rashee Rice, something that you know when it comes to when they're healthy, Fizz, that you can trade them away for a first. That's what you got to do.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. And to be honest, right, to go back to your point about Kittle, you talked about Likely earlier. Would you rather have Likely or Troy Franklin in the fourth?
See, you did it yourself, too.
I'm talking about freaking
slipping in the water.
Franklin, man, hold up, man. What the hell going on, man? But Troy Franklin in the fourth or Isaiah Likely?
Oh, Isaiah Likely. You're going to be able to get a lot more with him when he starts.
So that's what I mean by me personally. I wish, Chip, man, you would have just held on to that value, because I believe the value of Juwan Johnson can only go up or stay where it's at. I don't think Troy Franklin is ever going to reach the potential of where Juwan Johnson is or could be by the end of the season. So we know what Kellen Moore does with tight ends. Every tight end he's had pretty much in his career, he's elevated. He's gave them enough work to show that they're valuable. So I kind of just wish, no knock on your trade, but I don't see Troy Franklin overvaluing Juwan Johnson anytime these times. So
this is why we said at the beginning of the show, in case you missed it, Chip, we like to help people before they make those trades. But I will say this. It's not too late, because if Troy Franklin has another blow-up game, Fizz, just do what, instead of with Juwan Johnson, just do it with Troy Franklin. Now take Troy Franklin and two other turds and see if you can get into the higher level, closer to the penthouse, Fizz, where you can trade now that asset for a first and try to get yourself out of rebuilding hell. So that's what I would do, Chip.
Yeah, Chip also said, he's getting ready to some bodies. He has Kittle, he has Warren, he has Likely. So he already has those guys. So he's just getting rid of some dead bodies, man, some old corpse. But hopefully we hooked you up, big dog. And hey, man, let's stick together. Let's stick together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Rock? Let's stick together.
I thought you heard me. I let out the biggest ginger ale purpose.
Nah, that one hit me right there, man. So let's stick together and man. There we go, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. That.
You know, that's my dog right there. But yeah, man, we got
Turn
this
the
last
TV off. Turn the TV off.
You gotta be really crying, man. Shout out my boy ATM. He is in the building, man, and he even said, "Man, let's stick together." No question. No
Come
question.
on, guys. We need to stick together.
Let's finish this out, man. Rock with this last question that we got up on the board, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. The X together. I think we got this is together, right? Nah, the X, we got you, big dog. We got you. Gonna hook you up. We're gonna get up out of here, man. He said, "What's up, boys? Should I trade away Jacoby for Collins and Junkins?" He said, "Full PPR redraft league." Rock, where we at with it?
Redraft? Hell no. Josh Jacobs is probably going to be a top 3 to 4 RB this year. Yeah, I'm not trading away. Houston looks terrible.
They do.
That situation, man. Now I know why, Fizz. Remember when I kept saying, "Hey, which name doesn't match with Stroud?" And then it was like Benson and all these other Quentin Johnston. The name that doesn't match Fizz is Stroud, because Trey Benson and Quentin Johnston in this bizarre world in 2025 are far outproducing CJ Stroud.
For sure.
So take everything we thought during the offseason. It's all trash, Fizz. Can't do anything with that shit anymore. It don't mean nothing. What we know is that Josh Jacobs has the most secure, I think maybe outside of Bijan Robinson, Fizz, he has the most secure running game in the entire NFL. I think he does. I think he's the safest RB in fantasy football. So I'm just holding on to him like grim death. I'm not trading for an RB that's splitting time with Dylan Sampson on the worst offense in football. Him and the Titans, they're going to be trading weeks to see who can do it worse to try to get that number 1 overall pick. And then Collins, who I think is going to be the most boom or bust wide receiver in fantasy. I'm not doing that.
Sheesh. I don't know how I feel about the Collins boom or bust, but he so far is showing the results of that, right? I just don't like hearing it, should I say. But,
I don't like hearing it either, Fizz, but sometimes you got to say the hard truth. That's what we're doing. That's why people need to listen to us, Fizz. We're telling the people what other people don't have the heart to say. And 100%. Sometimes you got to look at reality. So 100%, that's what the reality 100%. Is.
But I will say, though, I'm definitely going to keep Josh Jacobs, bro. When the trenches get to trenching and it get cold outside and that defense is slobber knocking away the offense on the other side, they're going to want that running game to keep flowing and keep going. So hopefully we helped you out, big dog. He said, appreciate it. He gave us a sub. We appreciate you for dropping that, man. And my boy DR said, man, Debbie Does Dallas was a bunch of guys out together. You feel me? So shout out DR, man. Rock.
I'm going to have to look that one up on IMDb. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that title.
No. You don't want to watch that one up, all right? Make sure you got your phone covered when you look up Debbie Does Dallas. Okay, big dog? In case you didn't know, Rock. I just say we do appreciate everybody being here, though, man. We 2 hours in. This is the first time. I can't guarantee that we will do this every single week. We hope to do it. We want to see the reaction from the people, right? If y'all show us some love, let us know in the comments to keep coming back. We keep dropping the questions. We will be here to answer. But most of all, we want to stay consistent with giving you what you need, but we want to make sure that it's something that you want to hear as well. So we don't want to be here wasting your time. And we definitely want to give you top tier, great content to keep you up, keep you on your toes, and win these leagues, baby. Because what's that? Trophies, the titles, trades, the titles, Rock, trades, the titles, trades, the titles. You know, all that good stuff, man. We want you to win these damn leagues or go buy a new damn team and figure it out, man. So no matter what, though, we will try to keep this going as long as we can and as long as the people want us here. But don't forget the 4th week of every season. Through the season, week 4, week 8, week 12, even week 16, we're going to do those mock drafts, baby. So all these values. And Rock, the thing I like about the mock drafts is going to set where the ADP is for us. All these guys, we're trying to figure out where they're going now. We'll see exactly where AJ Brown is and where Justin Herbert is and all these names.
Where Javonte Williams is, according to Eric Bryant.
That was brought up tonight. we will definitely see where people actually think they're going and where they want to take them at currently. So in 2 weeks, by week 4, we will have that mock draft kicking back up. But for right now, man, we're going to sign out. We gave you the information. Go write it down, take a picture, and let's stick together, all right? So y'all show some love to my boy Rock, man. He came through. He was feeling sick, but y'all done made him feel better. And we appreciate y'all coming through, Rock. So anything you want to leave the people with, man, before we get up out of here?
No. I think when it comes to this show, Fizz, and I just feel way better right now than I did this morning. It has to be that ginger ale. It has to be that tea. But also, too, Fizz, hopefully it came through in the show. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about. Done a lot of research on it. Done a lot of work on it.
Tell you, big dog.
I'm glad that we were able to talk through it, Fizz, and that we're doing this show right now. You were definitely right about that. So I do appreciate you that you do have my back. So regardless of whether you guys like this or not, I want to do this next week, Fizz.
Okay, all right, man. Well, like I said, we're going to go off the people, man. You know what I'm saying? My dog, I'm sitting here smelling something. I think my dog done took a shit on his pad. He ready to get off. I done gave my son a bath, did homework. I made sure everything was ready for the night, bro. So no excuses. As soon as we got off the stream, man, listen, I made sure dinner was ready, bath was ready, homework was ready. So I'm just saying all that to say your boy put in work to be here. Hopefully the people receive it that way. And they make sure next week that we want to come back. So we definitely appreciate y'all coming through. And I see we got one last one, Rob. We can't leave without answering. We're going to close on this. Start 2. Oh, damn, we did have another start shit question. So let's go ahead and knock out these last 2, right? We know we can't.
I also forgot about something, Fizz. I forgot about my whole buy list.
Well, they're gonna have to check in next week. Let's keep buying, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, ask the matter of fact, leave them in the comments, right? We'll leave them in the comments, give a couple of people some stuff to buy. But start 2, London, Rome, Tay. I guess that's Devontae's Adams. Also, who should I be shopping for? Kyron for? Need more RBs.
Start 2. Probably just gonna start. I assume Tay is Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
right?
I'm thinking so too. And the Rams play Philly, so remember that.
Yeah, Devontae Adams. I almost feel like he's kind of matchup proof.
He is. I just say this: the
London
Falcons,
and Rome. I'm just going to go with London.
I was going to say the Falcons play the Panthers. I don't know if I can sit London and live with it.
Absolutely not.
And then Rome plays the Cowboys. I can't live with that either. So
Absolutely not.
I'm going with London and Rome. And he said, who should he be shopping Kyron for? He needs more RBs.
That's tough.
That's a tough one.
Because Kyron is on a 2-0 McVay-led offense. I understand that Blake Corum is going to get more and more run, but he's not going to take the job away from Kyron. That's the thing. So if this were Dynasty, yeah, I would be trying to trade away Kyron Williams, and I might be doing that here soon. But until further notice, just keep it. Because what if Kyron Williams, if he stays healthy through the whole offseason, he's not going to disappoint you. That's the thing. Sure. The worst thing that you can do is trade him away, and you're trying to win a Dynasty championship, and you trade him away for someone that gets hurt. That's just the only thing. So that's
Well, shout out my guy, man, for just joining us. I'm definitely a Cowboys fan, big dog. I just bought this because I'm trying to switch it up, man. I'm trying to show that I can step outside my comfort zone a little bit and put on some dirty clothing as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's always stars over here, big dog. You feel me? I got these helmets all over the place. Matter of fact, we're gonna close out the close out on this Rock. I got my helmet on. As you can see, I'm holding it down, big dog. And Rock, drop them words before we get up out of here, player.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off, Fizz.
Hey, here we go, man. We appreciate everybody being here. And we didn't hit that morning intro, Ross. So let's close out with the intro from the cook up, baby. But next week, y'all leave them comments. Let us know if y'all want us here. And we might be back. So without further ado, we're going to close the kitchen up. We love y'all. Appreciate you. Hit that like and subscribe. And don't forget the vibes, baby. See you next week.
Hey, they wrote me off, I ain't write them back. Nah. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? It's my story, I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.